I'm also gonna go live on YouTube at the same time. This will be my first time going live on YouTube, so because they're getting rid of it over here. They're getting rid of TikTok, so I'm like trying to make a transition over to YouTube. So go subscribe to my YouTube, pretty please. Oh. Hi everyone, hi. How's everyone doing tonight? How is everybody doing tonight? I'm like I'm like multitasking on here because I'm on live on 2 different platforms. But how's everyone's Sunday? How's everyone's Sunday? Thanks. It's from Victoria's Secret. My gown is. It's from Victoria's Secret. Hi. Okay, this YouTube live is like being like a little bit weird. I'm like trying to figure it out as I'm on here. I'm like trying to figure it out. Hi. Okay, so today I want to talk about, well, the video is uploading now, but the video is gonna be uploaded on YouTube about like women choosing to be more selfish and how like women need to be okay with being more selfish. I feel like too many women are conditioned or feel as though like being selfish is a bad thing because your like worth and your value as a woman is supposed to come from how you perform for other people, how you're supposed to make other people feel. And I feel like we need to abandon that mindset because it's a very old and outdated mindset for us to constantly lean into being selfless. And there would be a lot more like world leaders, there would be a lot more representation from women if women were actually the ones that were choosing to be selfish. Because we like to complain a lot about like narcissism. We like to complain a lot about narcissism. But narcissists are usually the most successful. It's actually proven that most like CEOs, most business owners, they're actually narcissistic. And narcissism, a part of it is rooted in selfishness. So in order for you to get shit done, in order for you to be accomplished, in order for you to do things, you're gonna have to be selfish. You're gonna have to hurt some people's feelings, you know what I mean, who won't be able to benefit from reaping the benefits of your selflessness. And you have to learn to be okay with people just like being pissed off about that, and people feeling some type of way about that. Women need to be more selfish, point blank period. Point blank period. Yeah, we need to be more selfish, ladies. I've never been on here on a Sunday, especially a Sunday afternoon. So, hi. So, I don't even know how popping is going to get in here. But make sure you like the live. Make sure you like the live. Yeah, like being the villain is okay. I'm totally fine with being the villain in someone's story. It is what it is. It is, because the thing about it is that even when you do everything, even when you are nice, even when you're a people pleaser, they're still gonna be the victim. You know what I mean? They could still feel as though you wronged them in some way, even though the intention was good. So it's like, if they're gonna be pissed off either way, you might as well do what you wanted to do in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I look at it. You were better off doing what you wanted to do then. Aw, dang. I guess when I went live, it like stopped my streaming or whatever. It did. It like stopped my streaming. And I want to delete this video. How's everyone doing tonight? I don't know how to delete it. But, yeah. Like, no, I'm cool being the villain. I'm cool with being the villain. How to get over rejection. Understanding that anything is for you will never reject you. Okay? That's the first thing. Anything that's for you, it won't reject you. Okay? So I know you won't feel like it because rejection is hard. But you have to understand that rejection is protection. Rejection is protection. And anything for you, you'll never have to run after it. You'll never have to griply hold on to it. You know what I mean? You're never going to have to force it to stay around. So you've been spared from something. You have. You've been spared from something. It may not feel like it, but please understand that like you've been protected from something. But also you have to get the root. You have to get to the root of your feeling of rejection. Because, like, what part of you is, like, hurting because you've been rejected? Like, is it something internal? Is it something external? Like, what aspect of the rejection is, like, hurting you? And then once you figure that out, then, like, moving forward, you won't even care about rejection. Because a lot of people take rejection and they're like, what's wrong with me? You know what I mean? Like, what's my issue? What's my problem? What is wrong with me? It has to be something wrong with me because I got rejected. Well, it's people's birthright to reject you. Like, you're allowed to reject people. Because guess what? Just like you had to deal with rejection, you've rejected people. You know what I'm saying? You also have rejected people. So rejection is just your birthright. Like, rejection is just a normal human thing. And we may not always understand why someone rejects us. You know what I'm saying? People could reject me because I'm black or I'm short or, you know what I mean? People could have any other reason that they want to reject me. But as long as I like me, I don't really care, you know? And that's the biggest thing. You have to like who you are. You do. You have to like who you are. Most men don't take rejection well because most of them don't like who they are as people. Most women have to hide the rejection, like the pain that they feel with rejection, because a lot of women just have a lot of pride when it comes to how people perceive them. Rejection is rejection. You're gonna get rejected, whether it be for a relationship, whether it be for a job. You wanna know how many times people get rejected for jobs because the boss knew one of the applicants, or the boss told one of their friends to apply, and so they already knew they were going to hire their friend. So it's like, you'll be over here like, oh my God, like, my skills suck, I'm terrible, like, I'm a horrible worker, like, they don't want to hire me. And it's like, girl, they just rejected you because the boss already knew who they wanted to hire in. It has nothing to do with your, like, ability to do your job. It has nothing to do with your ability, you know what I mean, to do your job well. It's just like, shit's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Hey, Kerr. Hey, girl. You know, things are just gonna happen. And so you have to understand that, okay, the rejection happened, and then, like, what's next? Like, what am I gonna do now? Oh my God, people are viewing this. How do I delete this? I don't want people to see this on this 5-second live that I went on YouTube. Don't forget to follow me on YouTube because they're getting rid of TikTok. So, you know. But also, I need to write this stuff down so I can make long form videos. So that way you guys can just go to my YouTube videos and I can create the content. Or I could just take it out of this live or whatever. But please go to my YouTube if you guys want to still see content of me moving forward. I noticed that people in recruitment have terrible discernment. In fact, a lot of people do. Yes. Like, when the turnover, that's like one of the things I always ask, like, employers when I apply. I ask them, how high is the turnover rate here? How quickly are you guys losing and replacing people? Because the people in human resources, they don't know what the hell they're doing. They don't know what the hell that they're doing. And a lot of times they're hiring in those people to save money. So like they'll actually hire someone that isn't even qualified to do the job because they don't want to have to pay someone what like a person with 20 years of experience. They don't want to pay that person the wages that they're due, so they rather just take the new grad that doesn't know what the fuck they're doing just to save the company money. It's crazy. Getting over feeling disposable in a relationship. You literally have to tell yourself and figure out a way so that you never allow another person to make you feel disposable again. The only reason why you feel disposable is because you were doing things that you really didn't want to do in the first place. That's the only way you could ever feel disposable. You were doing things that you didn't really want to do. If you're with someone and you really want to be with them and you're really doing everything that you want to do with that person and like you're really enjoying like having a good time with them, you're never going to feel disposable. Never. Because you were getting what you wanted out of the situation and you liked being there. You'll never feel disposable. You'll get over being disposable when you actually tell yourself and promise yourself, I'm never going to let another person make me feel like that again. So therefore, you're not going to enter into situations, you're not going to enter in relationships with people when you aren't getting what you want. Because the reason why you feel disposable is because they got what they wanted and they discarded you. So you have to learn how to do, that's what you have to learn how to do. You get what you want, and then if you don't get what you want anymore, you get rid of the person. Thank you. It's the same. So it's Queen Sovereign, and then the @ is the same, Sovereign Being. But if you just go to my profile here on TikTok, it's the YouTube link. Just press it, and it'll take you right to my YouTube channel. Because obviously they're pulling the plug on TikTok. So, and my best friend had mentioned that the band date is the day it's the day before the inauguration, which I feel is no coincidence. Just saying. Damn it, I'm pissed. I screwed up my uploading to YouTube for this video that I made today. Let me see. But yeah, keep the questions coming in. Hopefully that answered your question on how to get over being disposable. That's the thing. Like, I'm assuming your question is male related because I have a decentering male channel on here. And so I'm going to assume that you were feeling disposable because a man disposed of you. When you're dealing with men, you got to be a dog. Point blank, period. You got to be a dog. Is it true that there is no such thing as a good man? A good man is only as good as your standards are. Like, that's the best way I can answer it. A good man is only as good as how closely they meet your standards. You know what I mean? So in my humble opinion, for my standards, I don't feel like there are any good men because most men are not capable of what I'm asking for. And I'm not going to settle. I'm not going to, no, I'm not going to just abandon what my standards are just to have a man. So for me, it is no good man. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of women out there who are like, as long as he's nice, then he's a good man. Okay, well, that's your path. You know what I mean? That's your standard. But to me, a man being nice, that's not a good man. That's what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be nice. So I'm not gonna give these men cookies because the bar is in hell and they're just like 1 millimeter above the bar. You know what I mean? Like, because that's the thing, men are criminals, men are PDF files, you know what I mean? Men, like, they make up more than 90% of like crimes that are committed. So the bar is already set low because it's like, well, as long as he isn't a PDF file, as long as he isn't a criminal, and it's like, that's a little scary. That's a little scary that, men do such horrible things that we have to just look for a nice guy. You know what I mean? Like, that's ridiculous. This is why men pride themselves on being nice guys, because it's like they're terrible people. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. This is exactly it. Yes. The problem is men are not reaching societal markers of adulthood. Correct. Correct. Like, even when they have conflict, they handle conflict like toddlers. Like, when I have a conflict with a man, I literally feel as though I'm talking to a 7-year-old. Like, whenever you call them out on something, they literally revert to a child. Like, woo, like, when you had siblings and you were growing up, and like your parent, like your mom had like maybe she would have been like, oh well, you did something and you were the one that did it. Like, she knows for a fact you were the one who did it, but you're like, no, so and so did it, like my brother did it or my sister did it. That's what men do. Like, that's exactly what men do. Whenever you were like, men do this, and like you have proof of men doing this, then men are always like, but what about women? The women do it too. Like, that's little kid shit. That's what little kids do. Girl, why don't men compliment ridiculously beautiful women, like go about their way to never say anything about her looks? And I mean husbands to their wives. Because men get bored. Men get bored, and so men are like, okay. The thing about it is that men are very performative to get women in the beginning. So this is why, like, when you've been dating a guy for a long time and you've been in a relationship with a man or been married to a man for a long time, women are always like, do you love me? Do you love me? Because men are not affirming. Like, men are not affirming in their likeness for the woman that they're with. They just say all that shit in the beginning to get married and to get a wife or to get a girlfriend. So once they get her, they're like, well, I got her. I don't need to do it anymore. And so they don't care as much. That's why they call it the honeymoon phase. Like, that's all honeymoon phase shit. The compliments, the courting, the love bombing, the niceness, that's all honeymoon phase. Thank you, Sushiana. Yeah, they always say that statement. Ingrains on my nerves when they say women do that too. Yes, or like, not all men. Like, their responses and their rebuttals to criticism and accountability is very elementary. It's very elementary, and it's very degenerate. Like, to be honest with you, it's very degenerate. Yes, how we need to reward them for good behavior. Like, what? Like, you're a nice person? You want me to give you a cookie for that? If that was the case, a lot of people would be getting cookies for being nice. And that's the thing. This is why I don't really appreciate compliments from men. Like, the top people that I appreciate compliments from are children, because children have no filter, and children typically don't have like a reason to want to compliment you. Like, they're not like, oh, if I compliment her, she'll give me a piece of candy. Some of them will, if it's like a cousin or like a niece or nephew or something. But like, a stranger that's a man, like a stranger that's a man approaching me and complimenting me versus like a child that is giving me validation, I'd rather have the validation from a child than a man. Aw, it's okay. It's okay. But I mean, I feel like this. If that is something that is like hurting your self-esteem, and if that is something and especially if you talk to him about it and he still won't do it, I wouldn't allow it to be 10 years of marriage. Because the whole purpose of you being with someone, like, you want to feel wanted by the person that you're with. Hold on. I know someone asked me a question. Also, they usually don't provide, so the woman never feels secure. Exactly. How do I avoid getting attached to men I deal with? Um, Keep your contact far and few between. Like, I don't text men every day. I don't text men that I deal with every day. I make it very clear to them that, like, I don't want to text every day, and I ask them, like, is this going to be an issue for you? Because it's only so much we could talk about. And also, I don't like my I don't like the crowding that I get from dealing with men like that. So you need to limit your contact. And then number two, you just need to not care about them staying in your life or not. You know what I mean? Because I don't. You have to not care about them staying in your life or not. A lot of the thing about it is that you can tell women have been brainwashed. Like you could tell women have really, really been brainwashed because it's like most women are holding on to their attachment to a man as if they like can't replace them, as if they can't replace the man. Like women have much easier access to get men than men have access to get women. So it's like, why would you even care if you're ever going to talk to this guy again or if it doesn't work out? It's men everywhere. Like women need to start having more of an abundance mindset. When you have an abundance mindset over men, you just are like, okay, like once you realize that there's just so many men out here, they're never going to stop. Like literally today, I left out of my place one time today. One time for maybe 15 minutes. And I was to go walk to the laundromat to go pick up my laundry because I dropped it off. I go walk to the laundromat. I'm on my way walking back, and it's this guy in his little nice Mercedes, you know what I'm saying? And he's bumping some music. And I walk past his car and like he, hollers at me or whatever. And so I'm nice. So I just smile, hey, and wave a little bit. And so I'm like, well, I'm about to run because I don't want this man knowing where I live. And the man was Jamaican. And y'all know how them Jamaican and Haitians, them Caribbean men are. They they'll legit chase you. Like they'll foot chase you to talk to you. And so I was like, well, I don't want this man to know where I live. And I already know this man is going to try to keep talking to me. And so lo and behold, he did. He fucking drove up on the street that I was walking on and literally kept on talking to me. And thank God cars pulled up behind him to get his ass to start driving. Like, I left out the house for 15 minutes and a man still came to me. So it's like, when these men are always fucking coming to you and talking to you, it's real easy to just be detached from them because it's like, it doesn't take much to, when you really like pay attention to men, it doesn't take anything to get a man or keep a man. All you have to do is be stupid and desperate. Right, it's so uncouth. I had to lie to that man and tell that man I was a lesbian. I did. I had to tell that man I was a lesbian. And not only that, why did he ask for my ID? He was like, do you have ID? He was like, he must have assumed I was like super young. I'm like, not you asking for ID. Yes, he literally was like, do you have ID? I don't know if it was because of how I was dressed or what. Yes, girl. And it's crazy because like I said that I was a lesbian as soon as them cars pulled up behind him. So I didn't really he started laughing. So I didn't really get a chance to get his full reaction because he had no choice but to drive off. Them cars pulled up behind him. So I didn't really he started laughing. So I didn't really get a chance to get his full reaction because he had no choice but to drive off. Hold on. Sorry. I'm giving up on men. Married if we have to be super teeth. Yeah, I don't really see what all the fuss is about when it comes to men. Yes, we are more likely to attach to men who fit our generational trauma. Exactly. And the thing that's really annoying about it is that this red pill shit has men thinking that only women have trauma. They only think that women have trauma. That is how disattached from their feelings there are. That's how separate they are from their feelings. And so they just think only women can have trauma. So if only they think they have trauma, men are never going to get the help that they need. All they're going to do is just keep traumatizing other people. Yep, exactly. You can either have it all or have a man, but you can't have both. Exactly. And me, I'd rather have it all without a man. I'm sorry. No, No man has ever made me want to be like, you know what? I don't want success anymore. I don't want wealth anymore. You know, I rather have money. I rather have wealth. I rather have success. I rather have a legacy than have a man. Nope, I'm good. Because it's like, what's the consolation prize for having a man? What do I get? What do I get for having a man? Like, that's my only thing. What do I get? And a lot of the time, women will just keep men around just so that they have someone to sleep with. And it's like, I don't gotta be in a relationship with you to sleep with you. That's exactly. You can have the kid and not have the man. Just have you a good community of women that you can help have like a little village with, and you guys can all raise the child. If I wanted children, that's what I would do. Like, because that's how I was raised. I was raised within a village of women. It was no man around. And I turned out just fine. I turned out great. What is husband material to you? Well, first off, husband material is non-existent because I know the man I want doesn't exist. But yeah, anti-natalism. Yeah, I don't want kids. But honestly, the husband material for me is just someone that he earns a lot of money. He has a strong work ethic. He does have like a sense of like character, a personality. Most men don't have a personality. A man that knows how to dance, because I really like dancing. A man that will have emotional intelligence, which is like non-existent, okay? And I'm not teaching a man how to have emotional intelligence. I'm not teaching a man how to, understand me. A man that has addressed his internal misogyny, which is impossible. They don't even know that exists. So that the fact that he's addressed his internal misogyny, fit, like very active, generous, worships me. And that's the only way I can get a man like that is to just read fictional books. Fictional books and movies. That's the only way I'm going to get that type of man. I've accepted my fate. I've accepted my fate. Which is fine. You know what I mean? It's totally fine. I can't be one of those people that's like, because I don't have the man that I want, or like because the man doesn't exist, I'm just gonna settle for whatever man is out there. Cause like that's what they want you to do. You know what I mean? They want you to just they just want you to just take what's there. You know what I mean? Just take what's available. And it's like, I'm not doing that. I'd rather be single than put up with that. Like, point blank, period. And then the part that sucks, like you said, the mask melts off, and it's like, yeah, like they're only that good person for it's Wonder Woman. They're only that good of person for like a limited time. You know what I'm saying? It's like a deal you get, like with Sephora. Sephora has like that they have like the Rouge and the VIP and that like deal where you get like a percentage off. That's how it is with men. And it's like it gives you like the expiration date. That's how it is for like men to give you the princess treatment and to like be kind and nice and good to you. Yeah, exactly. Like clock strikes 12, and then that's it. It's like, yeah, you get a 30-day trial of them actually being a good person, and then they're they're just not all that great, which is fine. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't even care. Like, I don't even care that they're like that because I'm just not dealing with them. You know what I mean? But it's something that like needs to be addressed. But it doesn't even matter because like the men don't care. Like, they genuinely don't care. Men are literally just take me as I am. Like, I'm a bum, I'm abusive, I'm not a good person, just take me as I am. You know what I mean? Like, that's what men are expecting. But they're not going to take you when you're 300 pounds. You know what I mean? They're not going to take you when you're an ugh mug and you're disfigured. You know, they're not going to take you when you're broke and you don't have anything. So it's like, why should you take a chance on them? Because like they do, they want you to take them broke. They want you to take them unhealed. They want you to take them in all type of just ways that will harm you. But they're not going to take you that way. In your opinion, what's the biggest sign that a man's misogynistic very much or could be? He wants a submissive woman. For sure, misogynist, okay? Any man that says that he wants a submissive woman is misogynist, because if he wants a submissive woman, that means that he looks as women being inferior to him. So whenever men say that, that's definitely misogynistic. Men who think that men are at a disadvantage. So men that cannot acknowledge the fact that we live in a patriarchal society, misogynistic. When they're the victim, what does he say? Oh, women live life on easy mode. When he starts spitting out rhetoric that falls in line with that women have life on easy mode, misogynistic, because he's going to make you pay for women being for you having it so quote unquote easy. Those are like the two biggest signs, because that's what all the men are saying. They want a submissive woman, and that women live life on easy mode. And it's like, what? Where are you getting this from? You haven't looked at the history of women then. You have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, it's so funny to me because men will literally be like, you haven't met a good man, you pick wrong. And I'm like, I've had great men in my life, but even my own father has warned me about men, because he's a man too. Like, that's the thing. And then men will be like, well, what about your father? Would you say that about your father? And I'm like, my father says that about his goddamn self. Like, my father, literally, I'm in my father and my mother, they let me all up in their business, okay? They let me all up in their business, okay? I know the shit both of them do. My dad hides nothing from me. So, like, the man in front of me is a mirror of majority of men out there. So, men trying to say, like, oh, you guys don't know how to pick, you didn't have a father, da-da-da. Bruh, my father was the one warning me about y'all, because he's one of them. That emotional immaturity, it'll never work. That's why I said for the biggest thing is that women are very emotional, and women tune into their feelings. Women, the thing about it is that women have to be attuned to their feelings, because that is what protects you. When you are not attuned to your feelings as a woman, that is what gets you in very dangerous situations, because your feelings are a part of your intuition. Your feelings are a part of your energy. So when you feel uncomfortable, when you feel unsafe, those are all emotions. So when you have men who are so disconnected and they've been taught to not think about their feelings, men are more likely to put you in more dangerous situations. This is why they're not fit to be protectors. In order to be a protector, you have to pay attention to your feelings. You have to know how to read the room. Like if someone tries to break into my home, I just can't automatically, before they even open the door, shoot through my door. Like they actually have to enter in. But when I'm just rushing and I'm not thinking rationally and I'm not over here paying attention to my feelings, like, okay, this is an unsafe situation, but nothing's happened yet, and let me get ready for it. Men will do dumb shit and just spray up the whole goddamn place and the person hasn't even entered yet. Like, you need to be aware, you need to pay attention of your feelings. Men don't even understand when they are in danger. This is why men are always in fights, they're always in shootouts, they're always in dangerous situations, because men don't know how to read the fucking room. And so these same men who are claiming that they're protectors, they don't know how to protect you. They don't even know how to protect themselves. Feelings are protective. If I'm with someone and they're making me depressed, they're making me anxious, they're making me sad, they're making me angry, those are emotions. And if those are emotions that I don't like, if those are emotions that I don't like sitting with, I'm not going to deal with that person anymore. Men don't even have enough discernment to know who to deal with. That's why they're always telling women, you should have chose better, you should have chose better. It's all of these women out here, and y'all still don't know how to choose. So what are you talking about? You still don't know how to treat a good woman right. So what are you talking about? 70% of divorces are initiated by women. The women are choosing to leave. And men want to blame women for that. The women are choosing to leave. If the job was great, if the job was paying well, if the job was giving me respect, I would never leave. But they don't ever think like that. And they're the ones saying that women aren't logical. Okay, so you mean to tell me in men's brain, it makes sense to have a high paying job, good salary, 401k, a shit ton of PTO, and you're paid well and you're respected, you're applauded, you're honored at work, and you mean to tell me that 70% of women are walking away from that? No. They're trying to make it seem as if women left a good job. No, women left a shitty job. That's what it is. Women left a fucking shitty job. Yes, they're willing to literally kill unalive for respect. Like, what? Like, what? And we're supposed to be the ones that are emotional? No, all of that shit is driven in ego. Ego and pride. It's so annoying. Yes, it's women were scared every day just to walk outside. Exactly, because of men. Because of men. It's crazy. True, men say it's easier for men to find a good woman than a woman find a good man. Exactly. They're the ones that can't keep nobody. They can't. They don't even know how to keep a good woman. It's way, way, way more good women out here than it is good men. Come on. Like the men are in prison, they're in jail, they're broke, they're not in the workforce. PDF files, like rapists, like, come on. Like, men have all of these horrible titles. Yes, their own moms put them off on other women. Yes, they do. They do. Those mamas boys, and then the mom realizes she fucked up because she those mamas boys, and then the mom realizes she fucked up because she raised a son that refuses to get off her titty. She realizes she raised a son that refuses to get off her titty, and now she realizes, oh God, he won't leave the house. He won't do anything productive with his life. She's like, oh shit, he needs to go find another woman. And so then that woman will the mother will contact you and then try to push her son off on you because she raised a degenerate. And it's like, nope, that's your problem. Nope, he can stay in your basement and, you can keep washing his clothes, his dingy doo-doo drawers, and, you can keep cooking for him and cleaning up his mountain of water bottles in his room. You can keep doing that. Yes, exactly. Kevin Samuels was a panderer. He was a panderer. Like everything about him was super fraudulent. Like he really wasn't an image consultant at all. He was in a hypogamous marriage where his wife was the breadwinner. He was a complete fraud. Complete fraud. And I also think that he like never saw like his child too. If you look on YouTube, it's like hella exposés on Kevin Samuels. This is why you should never trust content creators who like don't tell you. You should never trust content creators who don't tell you like not so positive things about like their life. Like me, like, okay, I was a stripper and I did OnlyFans. You know what I mean? Was a stripper, did OnlyFans. Like, I can be honest about that. Shira, she admitted, like, James, her husband, she was a side chick first and he was married. Those are people you can trust, because people that are authentic, they're going to be honest with you so that they can't be exploited. People who are forthcoming with information that might make them look bad or that might paint them in a poor light, you always want to just be forthcoming with that information, because then no one can ever exploit you. No one can exploit Shira, because Shira already has stated, yeah, she used to be a mortician. Shira has already shared her life story with everybody. So no one can exploit her. So these men literally get on here and pander to these men, all this stuff, and it's like the man that is making this content is a fraud. Like, this isn't even who he is. You're taking advice from a false prophet. I told my ex-mother-in-law, you can have him back now. This your mess to clean up, not mine. He liked men. I don't know how people know this, but they were saying that when he passed away, it was a big girl that he was sleeping with. I don't know how true that is, but I know on a couple other lives, some women had mentioned that it was a big girl, but yet his whole platform was him dissing big girls. I don't know how true that was, but I know women had said it. Yes, too many of them have reproduced. And that's another issue too. Oh, Kevin Samuels. Like I said, I don't know how true it is, but it's supposed that, see, I heard it was an S worker, and then I heard it was a nurse, and then I heard it was a big girl. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. But that would be funny if it was a big girl, though. It would be funny if it was a big girl. Tony Gaskins' content is authentic when he talks about, I like Tony Gaskins. He's cute too. Well, to me, he's cute. She could have been all three. That's very true. That's very true. With the male podcasters, they gave him pushback. Yes. Yes. Because it's like, dude, like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, his whole platform was literally just created on embarrassing women, and men were eating that shit up. And here's the thing, these quote-unquote high-value men, okay, where are the marriages at? You know, where are all the postings of all the marriages? The passport bros. Where are all of the international women showing their wedding rings? I'm waiting for that. The young women. Where are all the young women getting married? Where are all the 20-somethings getting married, showing off their wedding ring? Is anyone seeing these posts? Because I'm not. All of this stuff that they're saying, oh, I'll just get a young woman. Oh, I'll just go international. You know what I mean? I'm a high value man. I have all these options. Okay, where are the wedding rings? Where are the wedding dates? Where are the invitations? Because I'm not seeing them. Yeah, that was crazy when he said that, like, oh, you shouldn't believe your daughters if they are saying that I'm looking at them funny, if they come out the bathroom, out the shower, and they said that I looked at them, you shouldn't believe them. Like, are you insane? Like, are you insane? That's not just something that people wake up and just lie about. Like, I'm sorry. If anything, that is something that most women want to hide. Like, that is something that most women don't want to come forward with. Did you already talk about the 50-50 challenge? I didn't talk about it because I barely watched any of them. Because I'm just like, Bruh, why? I hate those challenges. That's another thing too. I hate those challenges because I feel like it's just. I said it before on another one of my lives. Those challenges are female humiliation tactics, and I don't understand why women keep doing them. I hate those challenges so much because all it's doing is just making women look stupid. Aside from the ones that had the aside from the ones who did it with provider men. You know what I mean? Those were good. I watched those. But the real 50-50 ones, hell no. But the provider ones, I watched those. And they were all older men. They were all attractive men. They were all men that like stay in like relative shape. The men who wanted to go, who were freaking out over her not being able to give her half, all those men looked dusty. Like, they legit looked dusty. They legit looked terrible. Like, Did you guys see that video when they were asking Russians and Americans about like providing, and all the Russians were like, yes, like I want to provide for my woman. Like I want to, be there for my woman. And if she doesn't want to work, she doesn't have to work. But all the American men were like, well, what is she going to give me? What is she going to provide for me? Like the entitlement of Western men. I haven't dated, well, I actually have dated men from other countries before. But they had like immigrated from another country to the United States. I haven't been out the country dating someone that lives in that country. Once they come here and they get westernized, it's pretty much over. But the Western men just have such a high sense of entitlement. Like, I don't know who that is. Taylor Dunn. I don't know who that is. But, what was I going to say? All I work with is Russians. All I work with is Russians. Literally, all I work with is Russians. A large majority of the men, or of the women that are Russian that I work with, they are married. Their husbands are Russian. And just from what I see, just from a provider standpoint, most of them provide. Most of them provide from what I see. Now, the treatment, I don't know. You know what I mean? Because Russians are very, they can be like very like hyper masculine. But from what I've witnessed, they do provide. Exactly. And that's the thing. Western men, the reason why Western men feel so entitled is because they feel like they're doing women a favor by dating them. They feel like they're doing women a favor by marrying them. And this is why I have this platform. And this is why y'all really need to follow me on YouTube. Please go to my link in the bio on TikTok, press YouTube, and subscribe to me. The reason why I have this platform in the first place is because the reason why men feel so entitled, and the reason why men feel like they're doing us a favor, is because you got women over here begging for fucking shut up rings. You have women begging to be taken from situationship to relationship. You have women begging for male validation. And so women have also created the problem. When you're begging a man for a ring, he is thinking, oh my gosh, she's literally begging me. Like, that's how much she wants me. Yes, giving ultimatums, and it's like, no, the women, like, no. If we keep doing this, women won't have any more rights left. They won't. Women won't have any more rights left. And that's what I'm trying to contribute. That's what I'm trying to contribute to prevent from happening. And women don't realize this stuff when they're doing this. You wouldn't have to ask for a shut up ring if you knew to leave at the first sign of leaving. The reason why these women want a shut up ring is because they realize that they have bent over backwards and they have sacrificed so much of themselves for a dusty. And so now they have become immune to dust. And so anything good for them, they're now allergic to, because they've taken in all those dust allergens. And so now that they took up all those dust allergens and they're immune to the dust, they're like, well, now I have to stay with this dust forever, and I need to beg this dust bunny to be with me forever, because now I'm allergic to better men out there, or I'm just allergic to being alone. And so now they want to stay with the dust forever. And then they're over here begging, Mr. Dustman, like, will you please marry me? Will you please marry me? And so then Mr. Dustman is like, well, I must not be that bad. You know what I mean? She's asking me to marry her. In what situation is marriage for a woman beneficial? It depends on the individual woman. Like for me, I don't see any benefit in marriage. I have money. I know how to make more money. I know how to cook, clean, do laundry. I have enough money to outsource everything. I have a high self-esteem. I know how to be alone. I enjoy my solitude. I enjoy my peace. So for me, there is no benefit. There is no benefit. Yeah, I'll put this on YouTube. The more you're lacking, the more a marriage is going to benefit you. This is why men don't like independent women. Men don't like independent women because those independent women realize that a man is not a benefit. This is also, hold on, sorry, my DoorDash. Realize that a man is not a benefit. This is also, hold on, sorry, my DoorDash. All right, we're going to go on a trip because I need to grab my food wherever it is. But, what was I going to say? That's the reason why they don't like independent women. That's the reason why. Because independent women, I've even had men tell me this before. I really had men telling me like, oh, you're probably going to be on my ass, about my weight and about this and about that. And it's like, yes, I am. I'm for sure going to be on your ass about that stuff because, about that. And it's like, yes, I am. I'm for sure going to be on your ass about that stuff because, your ass about that stuff because, your ass about that stuff because, I can't power blower for bullshit. Men won't be able to get away with these things that they were originally getting away with. You know what I'm saying? Men won't be able to get away with these things that they were originally getting away with. You know what I'm saying? Men won't be able to get away with these things that they were originally getting away with. You know what I'm saying? And I have money. I don't even like rich men. I don't even like provider men anymore. I don't even like them anymore like that. Because it's like, I gotta talk to him. I gotta entertain him. I gotta stroke his ego. Like, if I just sit there and just lay back and exist and get his money, then maybe. But it's like, I don't feel like doing all that. And I don't feel like sacrificing my time to be with a man. Like, that's another thing, too. I generally don't like spending time with men unless I'm having sex with them. And even that, once that's done, I'm out of there. I'm ready to go. But I'm celibate right now, so I'm not sleeping with anyone or dating anyone. Men with money have worse habits because they can afford more expensive secrets. Yep. P. Diddy. With money comes power. And money can pretty much wash away anything. And that's the thing. A lot of men know how to take something good and use it for bad. Like, that's the thing. That's the thing that a lot of women don't realize. Men take good things and turn it bad. Like, children are innocent. Children are pure. Children don't bother anybody. Children are just living their own lives. And men, what will they do? They will R-word children. They will exploit children. And the mothers are doing it too on social media. That's what's even worse. These mothers are exploiting their own children. What did I get to eat? I got some, it's this vegan place, although what I got wasn't even really vegan. I got some salmon and some rice and some vegan banana bread, chocolate banana bread. Did you hear about the that got kidnapped in the Philippines? No, but I believe it. I totally believe it. No, I'm really not religious or anything. More so spiritual. So like my choice to be celibate is more so rooted in like spirituality. Only because I do feel a sense of like creativity, and like I do feel like spiritually I'm just like a lot more grounded when I'm not sleeping with anyone. And I'm so terrified that if I sleep with someone, the man is going to steal all my creativity. Like, I'm afraid I'm gonna. So the last time I slept with someone, I stated this on another one of my lives, but I'm for sure that the last guy that I slept with, he was a sex demon. Like, I know for a fact he was a sex demon, and I don't want to go through that again. The story of that housewife mother is devastating. I want to be married, but I don't want a man to have any power over me, but I don't want 50-50 either. And see, like, that's the thing. With men, like, this is the harsh reality when it comes to men. With men, it's going to be this or that. It won't be this and that. It will be this or that. You can only have one or the other. You can't have both. When I'm single, when I'm alone, I can have everything. There is no this or that. It's everything. I can have everything. You don't have to be married to a man to go on dates with a man. You don't have to be married to a man to sleep with a man. Because too many women think, oh, we're going to get married and it's going to be the same thing how it was in the dating phase. No, it isn't. You have the honeymoon phase, and then after the honeymoon phase, that's when shit gets real. That's when y'all are barely seeing each other. You're running around with the children. You know what I mean? You're having a dead bedroom. Like, that's when shit just starts. It just gets worse after that. Okay, so a sex demon is pretty much someone that uses sex to harness spiritual energy from you. That's the reason that they know how to harness a large amount of energy from a woman sexually. And so I knew it was a sex demon because literally, like, not even within 24 hours later, I had all of the symptoms. I don't know, it's a TikTok wig. I had all of the symptoms of what would happen when you sleep with a sex demon. Like, I literally had like chills, like, and this was so quick too. I had like chills, I had like no fucking more energy, like I was just dead to the world. Like, I literally just slept all day. Literally slept all day. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I thought I had an STD. I went to get checked and I was like, oh. Let me go within like 3 to 6 months and make sure I'm good. But yeah, when you sleep with them and you're like energy depleted like quickly after, like to the point where it's like you get chills, you get night sweat, like not night sweats, but like you start sweating. Like, I couldn't even walk. Like, I could not walk or anything. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, you were with a sex demon. You were with someone that knew how to harness energy from you sexually. And the reason why I know is because I've done it to people. I've done it to people, or I've done it to men to like keep them more attached to me. So like, there's one guy, I don't know so much now. I'll have to see if he tries contacting me again. But yeah, there's one guy, he's still gone off my sex demon act. Yeah, and they will. They'll try to come back and get more energy. They will. They'll try to come back. But that guy that I slept with, the one who took the sex demon that I slept with last. Oh, hold on. I think he picked up on the fact. He picked up on the fact that I didn't want to talk to him anymore, because you want to know what was crazy? It was our first. I know for a fact he was a sex demon and that he wanted to try to harness more energy from me because first of all, it was like a casual encounter, whatever, judge me. I was paid money. I don't care, whatever. But and it wasn't like we like had an arrangement like moving forward or whatever. It was more of like a meet and greet, but I drank too much, so it was like a real like meet and greet. But anyway, so I remember when we had like got done sleeping with each other, and he was like, you should like get on birth control, or like you should get an IUD or whatever. And I was like, I was like, no, I lied. Whenever, because I don't take birth control at all. I refuse to take it because number one, I don't need it. And number two, it's really not good for your body to be taking it unless you really need it. If you have like endometriosis or irregular periods or anything like that. I just use protection. But he wanted me right away to like get the shot or get the pill, and I lied to him. I if you're on birth control and there's a man that's telling you like, oh, you need to get on birth control, you just lie and say you got a blood clot. That's what I do, and they believe it every single time. I'm like, no, I'm not allowed to take birth control because I used to take blood control. I used to take birth control, and when I took it, I almost died because I got a blood clot. And they won't ask you, they won't push further. At least with me, they don't ever push further. But he wanted me to get on birth control right away. And I'm like, oh my God, that means you want to suck even more energy out of me. And you want the full amount of energy because you want to go raw. I was like, oh no, this is... And so I think he picked up on me, like, stating that, you know what I mean? And giving that off. And so he never talked to me again. We never talked to each other again after that. And he wanted to do like BDSM stuff, and I was like, I don't really want to. In my head, I'm thinking like, I don't really want to do that. And I remember he said something that made me feel like really, really uncomfortable. He was like, no, you're gonna be safe with me, like I promise. And I'll never forget, he was like, I have a serrated knife. Like, he looked dead at me in the eyes. He was like, I have a serrated knife in my jeans. So, like, I'll cut you from, like, any restraints. And I was like, I'm never talking to this guy again. Yeah. I was like, I'm never talking to this guy again. What? Like, that's just a weird thing to say. Weird thing to say. I've dealt with men that were into BDSM before, and like they've never like made a point to say something like that. So yeah, never talk to that man again in my life. Never. Yeah, they'll use your energy to get more work done. They'll use your energy to be more powerful. They'll use your energy to accomplish more tasks. Like, sexual energy from women is a real thing. As far as how I cut the... Okay, so pretty much what I did for, like, being a sex demon, I guess you really couldn't consider it being a sex demon, but pretty much I used sex to cut a cord with this guy one time. And I know that sounds hella backwards because, like, usually people are like, oh, well, usually when you sleep with people, that is how you get a soul tie. No, not always. Because you can manifest whatever it is that you want sexually. So at first, I had plotted to go over to his house, and I was just going to take an item to take with me to use for my cord cutting ceremony. However, I couldn't because I thought we were going to hang out in his living room, but we went straight to his bedroom, and like that was really just to hang out. And so I was like, fuck, like I was hoping that because his bathroom's in his bedroom, I was hoping we could hang out outside in the living room and I could sneak in his bedroom and like grab something. But his place is also very, very small, so it wasn't like I could really duck off unless we were in the living room and I could go in the bedroom. So once I realized that that wasn't going to work, I was like, well, I need to find another way that I can like do this or whatever. Like, what's another way that I could like cut the cord? And so I didn't even really like want to sleep with him or whatever. And like, I could kind of tell that like he really wasn't in the mood. I could tell he really wasn't in the mood. So I just got him in the mood and I just got on top of him and did my thing. And I pretty much just like summoned up like, I kind of like summoned up a manifestation in my head saying, saying like I'll cut the cord on my end, like I will like cut the cord on my end, but like I will leave his cord just like hanging out. Like I'll just leave his cord just hanging out, and he can do with it whatever he wants to. But on my end, like after this, like I'm done. Like I am done. So I'm over here, you know, being a cowgirl. Over here being a cowgirl, cutting a whole cord, and I just was manifesting like that, and it was crazy. I didn't ever want to talk to him again after that, but like he still contacts me, and he was afraid to actually sleep with me because I guess he thought that it was going to be weird or something after, and I'm thinking like, little do you know, I'm never giving you the same energy again. Yeah, when that dude said he had a serrated knife, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what in the hell? Why would I need to know that why would I need to know that information? So that's another thing too. That's another reason why I'm saying celibate, because like I just don't really feel safe with men. I don't. And once you're more aware and once you start paying more attention to like what they say, you will also realize like how you're actually in danger a lot of the time with men. You don't even realize it. You don't even realize how much danger you are when you're with men, but the danger's there. Like being around men, it poses a risk. It does. Thank you. It does. It poses a it can pose a large risk. Oh my God, excuse me. So you want to know what's crazy? I'm really no better than a man. Like honestly, I'm no better than a man because so I'm a pew pew owner. I do own a pew pew. I encourage all women, especially with what's coming ahead for us. All women need to own a pew pew. Especially if you live in the more liberal states, because those states require you to do more as far as like how many hours you have to put in for your classes, if you have to put in hours for the gun range and things like that. Women, y'all need to have a piece of steel. I'm telling you, y'all need to have a piece of steel. But I'm no better than a man because literally, I'll tell men straight up, like, listen, I own a pew pew and I have no problem using it. I will gladly use my pew pew on you if you want to fuck around and find out. I tell them that. Yeah, it's an intimidation tactic. So I know I'm no better. I know I'm no better, but the difference between men and women having a pew pew is that men will use the pew pew for like any little thing. Like they'll use it for any little thing. Oh, you're in Texas, girl, you definitely can get one easily. How would you know the ones to manifest from? What do you mean? I only did that cord cutting thing because that man was living rent free in my head for a really, really long time. Because I had sex with him once before and it was a fucked up situation. I'm creating my Patreon. I made one video for my Patreon today. I also made an ebook for my Patreon. I haven't told anyone about it yet because it's not enough content on there, and Patreon is everything is behind a paywall. And so I want to make sure that I have enough content on there before I just start telling people, because I don't want to take people's money when there's not a cost benefit. But I'll definitely tell that story on Patreon. It depends on where you live. Like I know in Illinois, I think you have to do you mean train? You mean like how many hours you have to put in to get like to get your conceal and carry, or just like to go to a range? You really only need to you only really need to go take an actual shooting class like 1 or 2 times. It's just more so getting comfortable with the firearm. That's like the biggest thing. It's just getting as many times as you need. Look to see if there's any female gun classes. Ooh, I said the word. Hopefully they don't get rid of me. But see if there's any female firearm classes, because that's what I did. I took a female only firearm class, and they're really, really popular. And to any women that are pew pew owners and that are very avid pew pew owners, get in y'all's bag. Get in y'all's bag and start a business teaching women how to have firearms, teaching women how to pew pew pop properly. Yeah, that energy harvesting is real. Like women literally, we have a portal in between our legs. And I can't believe that we were brainwashed into believing that it wasn't this sacred, that it was not this sacred thing that it really is. Like, my vibrator is just enough for me. And I can just think about the guy that I want to sleep with. That'll do it. I can't wait till they come out with these robots. I can't wait till they come up with these robots, because the robot ain't gonna get fucking, ain't gonna get soft after one round. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be one of my YouTube videos. Advice on dating after heartbreak. Well, the first thing is that you need to make sure your heart is good before you start dating again. And you need to make sure that my robot gonna have a fade. But you need to make sure that your heart is good before you start dating again. And you also need to make sure that your self-esteem is high before you start dating again. Like when you're dating and when you're dealing with men, your confidence, your self-esteem has to be through the roof. Like it has to be so incredibly high, because men are always looking for something to exploit in women. Whether it be your finances, your self-esteem, your confidence, men are always looking for something to exploit. And when you actually have a high self-esteem and you're confident, you're gonna find it extremely hard to keep a man around, because men realize that they don't have anything to exploit. The game is not fun for them. It's not as exciting. Like, have you ever wanted to sleep with a man and you just straight up tell him I want to fuck you, and he's like, "Excuse me? Come again?" And it's like, "Yeah, I want to sleep with you." And they're like, I'm like, "Are you deaf? Like, did you turn deaf all of a sudden?" And they're like, "But no." You know what I mean? When they're on the other side of it, it's all good. You're just supposed to be ready and willing. But when you do it and when you come on as strong as they do, they're like, "Oh my God." Because number one, they feel objectified. They feel objectified. And number two, it's not as fun for them anymore, because they don't have to lie and chase and manipulate and do all this stuff. But they're like, "But no, no, I can't." Yeah, like they're super overwhelmed and caught off guard. Like I get told by men all the time, like, "Wow, like you're bold." And I am. I'm just very assertive. I am. I'm very, very assertive. I'm like, if I want to sleep with you, I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, I want to sleep with you. Do you want to sleep with me?" Like I don't have time to play all these games and do all this shit. What are we doing? And men don't like that. It ruins their fun. It really ruins their fun. I hate that there are so many women who are not secure enough to receive your message. Yeah, girl. Yeah, it's unfortunately those women are gonna perish. Okay, those women are not gonna be ready. Those women are not gonna be ready for what's to come, because you have to deal with men a certain way. I did that to a CEO dude. He started stuttering. See, they don't know how to handle it. Oh, yes. What luxury purse did you get, girl? Love that for you. Here's the thing. When you're hopeless about men, it needs to be a phase of being hopeless. I think the biggest thing with men is just to be indifferent. Um, I think that's the biggest thing. I think the biggest thing is to be indifferent when it comes to men. Like I just don't care anymore. I don't care what they're doing, who they're with, as long as they ain't bothering me. You know what I'm saying? Long as they ain't bothering me, that's all I care about. But the thing about men, either you're going to accept them for who they, once you know their nature, you're either going to accept them for who they are, or you're just not going to deal with them. I can't focus. Oh my gosh, I love the Tabby 20. Oh my God, I love the Tabby. So cute. Oh my gosh, you're on antidepressants, girl. Okay, you need to stop dating. You need to stop dating, Elizabeth. You do. You have to stop dating. Yeah, good. Because, yeah, girl. You have to learn how to be someone that can't be manipulated. When men play you, men are manipulating you. You have to learn how to not be someone that could be easily manipulated. Women don't pay attention enough. Okay, good. You didn't hang out with that guy. But women don't pay attention enough to men. Like, for instance, that example that I gave earlier, when that man said, like, oh, I have a serrated knife in my pocket. There are so many women who would have been like, la, 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 like head in the fucking clouds. You know what I mean? But I paid attention. Like, it's things as simple as that. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of women who are like, a serrated knife, like he would never use that on me, or he wouldn't, you know what I mean? A lot of women are just like, oh, okay, he has a serrated knife, like, you know what I mean, whatever. And I could have been like, well, my dad carries a serrated knife and my dad carries a firearm, you know what I mean? I could have like rationalized it that way, but you have to understand that like this is someone you don't know for real, you know what I mean? You have to understand this is someone that you don't know. It was a sex demon that I slept with. I didn't know it was a sex demon, but like he was into like BDSM, and I didn't like that. And he to comfort me, he was saying how he had a serrated knife on him, and that like he would be able to release me from any bondage or whatever. But like that was something that he said that I paid attention to. And so I easily could have just overlooked that, and like Lord knows if I kept hanging out with this guy or whatever, you know what I mean? Like Lord knows what would have happened. So women are constantly getting manipulated because women are not paying attention. When men are with you, men are paying attention to you. Like men are literally paying attention to, you know, every little thing that you do, because they have to pay attention, because they have to pay attention to manipulate you. But you're not thinking about how to manipulate a man. You're either going to be the hunter or you're going to get hunted. And so you have to change your dynamic from being to hunting to being a man eater. I'm a retired man eater. I'm going to put that in my TikTok profile while we have TikTok. Retired man eater. Yeah, they say weird shit like that to gauge how you react too. Yeah, exactly. When they see if you get scared and stuff or whatever, oh yeah, they know for sure like, oh, okay, so that scares her. So if you have like an argument or something like that, that's going to be the time that he's like, you know what, I ought to whip out my knife. You know what I mean? That's when he's going to say shit like that to scare you. What about ladies who have HSV? What's your advice for us? Tell after you have them hooked. Okay, when it comes to like, when it comes to that, you know what I mean, as far as like your medical type of situation, I feel like this. No matter whether you tell them at the beginning or whether you tell them like after they got hooked, if they don't like it, if it's something that they don't want to deal with, then it's just going to be something that they don't want to deal with. Me personally, if it were me, if I would tell them right away. If it were me, okay? This is just me. Because I don't want to waste my time and I don't want to waste their time. So I would just tell them straight out, like, hey, this is what the situation is. This is what I'm dealing with. Yay or nay. And just move on. You know what I mean? I thought about the pew-pew my ex had at the end of our relationship when we were fighting. Never again. Like, he had it like in front of you. Some even use the Bible. The fact that God is supposedly a he, to have superior complex. Oh my gosh. When men start talking about God and morality, I'm just like, bruh, you are really stupid. You are really stupid. Advice on getting over on someone who has manipulated you for years and not wanting to get revenge. Get more money, get hotter, you know what I mean? Look prettier, get more money, get more successful. Like, there's one guy, he's actually the guy that I cut the cord on. But I remember he had shared something with me. He had shared a dream. The dream was probably fake, but he shared a dream with me, and it actually is something that he dreamed about that I want to do. And I mean, we didn't end off on bad terms or anything like that. But him and I share the same dream. And so my, like, quote unquote, like, revenge on him is like me plotting to have the dream come into reality before he does, if he ever does. So, like, that's my form of, like, revenge and getting over. Getting over someone, for me, is, like, how do I become the best version of myself? Because the focus should always come back to you. So that way, if they run across you, if they hear about you, if mutual friends bring you up, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, her. I just ran into her. She looks beautiful. Oh, my gosh, she was pushing this Mercedes. You know, she's a business owner now. And they're going to be like, what? She's what? So that's how you get over someone, you know, when they've manipulated you. You just level up. So the dream was that I know his ass was lying, but the dream was that he had a dream that we opened up a gym together. And so that's one of my goals for sure. I want to open up my own gym. What was it about him that had you hooked? So the thing about him that had me hooked was that, like, he was kind of mysterious. It was just a lot of stuff I didn't know about him. And he was weird. Like, I like men that are, like, weird. Like, I think he's on the spectrum. Honestly, I think he's on the spectrum. And I like men that are, like neurodivergent. Like, there was one guy that I liked, he stuttered, and I actually liked the fact that he stuttered. So I like men that are a little, you know, special, a little different. And so yeah, he was a little special, he was a little different, and I actually liked that about him. The issue is that made him very unassuming. It made him very unassuming. And so that kind of, like, gave him, like, a leg up and an advantage, because, like, he didn't, like, reek of, like, fuckboy because of how unassuming that he was. But he's a fuckboy like the rest of them. Like the rest of them. And this is how I also learned about this is also how I learned about the tactic when men use them being a family man. So when you're talking to a man and he's telling you how close he is with his mother, with his sister, he watches his nieces, his nephews, and stuff like that, that's just his representative. That's just his representative. Morally, he's really not a family man. That's just what he's saying just to get you to like him. Then when you run into later and they approach, say, sorry, you don't have spare change. When you earn money, when you earn a lot of money, I just gave up. I just gave up. There was a guy that I went to high school with, right? And I liked him. I liked him in high school. And I don't know if he liked me or not. To be honest, I don't think that he liked me. But anyway, now that we're adults, you know, he was attracted to me or whatever. And, like, I'm way out of his league. I'm way out of his league. But I remember him telling me how it was, like, intimidating for a girl like me to even be interested in a guy like him, because he's like, queen, like, you did bodybuilding, you know what I mean? You did bodybuilding, you know, you earn 6 figures, you travel for work, you know, you travel and you do all this stuff. And he was just like, he straight up told me that, like, a lot of men see that as, like, intimidating. Like, he literally told me that. It came from a man's mouth that was intimidating, and that other men see that as intimidating. And so when he told me that, I was like, damn, this is actually coming straight from a man's mouth. Like, a man is actually straight up telling me that me being high earning and me being like accomplished and doing bodybuilding and stuff like that, that it actually is intimidating for a lot of men. Because the thing about it is that men want an accomplished woman until they're with an accomplished woman, because women are mirrors. Like, that's the thing that men don't like about us. Men don't like the fact that women are mirrors. So when we're successful and we're earning six figures and we're doing our thing, it's putting a mirror up to the fact that he doesn't earn six figures. You know, he's not high achieving. He's not high earning. So they like the status that comes along with being able to brag about you, being able to tell his homeboys, like, oh yeah, like my girl, she's a lawyer, she's a doctor, she's a business owner. They like that aspect of it. And they like the aspect of like, damn, she's with me. You know what I mean? They like that aspect. But behind the scenes, they hate the fact that you're more successful than them. And that makes dating hard. So I gave up. I did. I gave up. I was like, you know what? That's fine. The accomplishments, hey, the Reaper, the accomplishments were for me anyway. You know what I mean? The accomplishments weren't for a man anyway. So I never... The thing about it is that for a small, like literally for a very small segment, like when I say small, I mean like literally a month. But there was like a month in my life where I was just like, oh my God, like, did I get all of these achievements and did I have all these accomplishments just to not be able to have a man? Like, was it really worth it? And it's like, yes, bitch, it was worth it. Because why would I, like, this is a lot, you know what I mean? And that's the thing. Men are always trying to shit on women's accomplishments, and I'm tired of it. Oh, okay, I can give you guys a makeup tutorial. Yeah, so I just used to lie. Like, for some time, I used to lie about it, but I can't help it. Like, the thing about it is that, so the thing about women is that, like, women can be very multifaceted. And so as a woman, you can choose what aspects of you want to lean into when it comes to anybody. Like, some women, they just want to lean into their beauty. You know what I mean? They don't care about looking stupid. They don't care about looking dumb. As long as you think that they're beautiful, that's all they're caring about. But me, I like to lead in with my intelligence. You know what I mean? I like to lead in with my work ethic, because that is something that I hold high on a pedestal, because I am very disciplined and I have a very strong work ethic, and I'm just very, very determined. You know what I mean? Because like, this YouTube stuff is hard. It's harder than TikTok, but it's like, no, I'm gonna build my platform on YouTube, because like, I value that. Like, I value putting in the work. I value helping women. I value uplifting women, so I'm willing to put in the work. So I don't want to compromise. I'm done. This is just me, right? I'm not telling anyone to not do this. I'm in a phase of my life where I'm not gonna abandon parts of myself. I'm not gonna hold back on who I am to make a man feel comfortable. You know what I mean? Because to me, a man just isn't worth it. You know what I mean? I want to be my authentic self. And I feel like I shouldn't have to hold back on me working hard. I shouldn't have to hold back on me being disciplined and stuff like that just to make a man feel comfortable. And I feel like as women, that's something that we have to stop doing. We need to quit protecting their egos. And that's another thing with me. I don't protect men's egos. I don't protect their ego at all. Do you think most straight men are secretly bisexual? Yeah. And like, this is the thing. They don't even have to be sleeping with them. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have to be sleeping with them. Men literally, they emotionally connect with other men. They do. They emotionally connect with other men. So the emotional connection is there. You know what I mean? They have the term bromance for a reason. You know what I mean? They have the term bromance for a reason, because men emotionally connect with other men as opposed to women. Men do not emotionally connect with women at all. So just based off that fact alone, yeah, they're definitely bisexual. And I feel like if they kind of felt yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. I was literally going to say, if they felt like it was more respected for them to be open with their sexuality, a lot more men would be like openly bisexual. Yep. Yep, I've known men to stand up for their homeboys harder than they'll stand up for the women. Yeah, because at the end of the day, men, no matter what, men see you as inferior. Like, point blank, period. Men see women as inferior. Men see women as dysfunctional. They see women as stupid. They see women as objects. They don't see women as people. They just see women as objects to be conquered and dominated over. It's the sad, harsh reality, but that's how men view us. Yeah, you can't invest your emotions. What's your thoughts on the men who like getting pegged? More power to them. Like, hey, what's going up their butt don't affect me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing it. I don't feel it when that's happening to them. So me personally, I don't really care. I don't really care. Yeah, I only give my emotions to my family, my friends, and animals. But men, no way. Men take your emotions and they chew them and spit them out and then stomp on them. Girl, I want to wear my new wig to work tomorrow, but I'm scared. What you scared for, girl? What you scared for? I got me another wig. It's a synthetic wig. I ain't worn a synthetic wig before. And it's got a bang. It does. It's got a bang. I ain't never had a bang before. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Put the wig on, girl. I promise you. I'm new to the wig. I'm new to the wig life too. I'm new to the wig life. But who cares? As long as you feel beautiful. Who cares? Who cares? You're gonna look beautiful with the wig on. I give my emotions to money, honey. We are best friends. I swear. Do you think all Christian men are misogynistic? Yes. Yup. They're some of the most misogynistic people. Christian men, I run away from them. I run away from them. I've never trusted Christian men. I'm not trusting no man that listens to I'm not trusting no man that listens to a fictional book that said that women came from men. And we have no evidence of that ever happening in real life. I'm not trusting a man that reads a book that says that pretty much women are inferior to men. Like, that's just they're just further indoctrinating patriarchy. They're just further indoctrinating misogyny. Hell no. The Christian men are the worst. The holy men are the worst. Oh my God, I have 10 and scared to wear them. I have to figure out the lace front. My thing is this. When it comes to wigs, you have to figure out what your insecurity is when it comes to wigs. Because if you don't like the idea of people seeing lace, if you don't like the idea of it being noticeable that you're probably wearing a wig, you probably are better off not wearing a wig because the lace is there. You know what I mean? When they say what lace, the lace is fucking there. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Now, the synthetic wigs, believe it or not, the synthetic wigs actually have very nice lace. Hold on. Right, the lace is there. You know what I mean? People are going to know. I think I'm afraid of it coming off. You can get one of those wig caps. Well, make sure that it's make sure that it's secure. But you can get one of those wig caps. They sell them on TikTok. They have like those wig caps that are I don't know. They like add friction up against the wig so it's easier for it to like stay on. But I'm team wig. I love wigs because they give me a chance. I have like a multifaceted personality. So my wig will kind of like, it's a form of creativity for me. My eyeshadow is it is from a palette from ColourPop. I pretty much only use ColourPop for my eyes. Any ColourPop palette because they have really cheap and affordable and very pigmented eyeshadow. But the wig ain't gonna come off. It's not. I mean, unless some man is pulling on it in the bedroom, and you gotta tell him beforehand, this is a wig. This is a wig. You can't be pulling on this. Cause see, me, I don't be caring. I be like, listen, it's a wig. Do you have an issue with wigs? Do you have an issue with weaves? Cause I like my wigs and I like my weaves. Especially now because I'm growing my hair out. Oh, my tattoos. There you go. There you go. There you go. Okay, so for me, as far as the edges, I've really, yes, it is Ganesh. Have not really had an issue with my edges ever because I wear glueless. This is a glueless wig. There's no glue. So just get the glueless wigs, girl. Get the glueless ones. And you ain't got to worry about all that. What kind of music do you listen to? These days, I don't really listen to any music like that, but when I do choose to listen to music, it will be some old school R&B or some jazz. I don't really listen to rap anymore. I don't really listen to any alternative music anymore unless it's something like from the 90s. But I don't really listen to a whole lot of music, but usually R&B or jazz. You know, something chill, you know, a nice little chill vibe. Thank you. Nice little chill vibe. But yeah, wear the wigs, wear the makeup. Wear all that stuff. How old am I? I'm 31. I'll be 32 next month. Capricorn, Capricorn. There is something in my eye. I think my lash got like attached to like a fiber or something, like a little piece of fabric. I'm scared it'll look like I have a crush or something. But it's all white people's at work. Oh, my birthday's January 6th. That's cool. Yeah, I am pretty wise. I'm not gonna lie. I was born with the wiseness. Also, I grew up with a lot of people that were significantly older than me. I didn't have cousins that were the same age as me. My cousins are like 15 years older than me. Who cares about them folks? Girl, wear your wig. I gotta make that's what another YouTube video has to be. How to teach y'all how to not care about what people think. I don't want any kids. I don't want any children. Not right now, at least. I don't see myself with kids. I don't. I'm just meant to be in my bag. I'm meant to be a career woman. I like money. I like being a career woman. I do. I like making money. Yeah, I'm gonna make a video to teach you guys how to quit. Thank you. And that's the thing too. I know I would be a really good mom. I do. I know I would be a really good mom, but yeah, it's just not something that I desire. It's not something that I desire. But I always told myself, if I, get to a level where I have enough money where I feel comfortable and like I really do feel as though I want to have children, I'll just adopt. You know what I mean? I'll just adopt if I change my mind. The baby doesn't have to come from me. You should do a what's in my purse video on YouTube or just here, because my purse is, and I'm so mad. I have like a little Louis Vuitton pochette. And thankfully it was nothing in it. It was nothing in it but condoms, actually. I think I left it somewhere, but I'm like, whatever. It's fine. Hopefully someone found it and took it. It's not that big of a deal. It's a teeny tiny little pochette thing that I had in my bag. So hopefully someone is going to have safe sex and they got a new Louis Vuitton accessory. I don't have lip fillers. Oh no. Girl, my sneaky link a few months ago got caught or something. He trolled the fuck out of me. He a few months ago got caught or something. He trolled the fuck out of me. He pretended like he wanted to link. He pretended like he wanted to link and then stopped replying at night. Well, he's a sneaky link, you know what I mean? When he's a sneaky link, they got other shit going on the side anyway. So, that's to be expected. Yeah, so many kids need homes. I rather adopt. Yeah, I much rather adopt than actually be pregnant. So, yeah, that's the baby doesn't have to come from me. I'm cool with adopting. And so many kids need homes, you know what I mean? They do. So many kids need homes. I wish I had more evidence of not having kids like this generation did. Yeah, and that's the thing too, you know, as society is like evolving, people are just understanding that these societal norms that people are telling you to follow, this shit doesn't work. Like going to college, getting married, buying a house, having children, that shit does not equate to a fulfilling life. Like, all it does is just tie you to one house for 30 years so you can't go anywhere or do anything. It'll keep you stuck at a limited amount of jobs because you want a job close to you. Going to college will most likely put you in debt, so now you're shackled to debt. And then getting married, in most cases for women, that's a whole nother form of just slavery. So that doesn't sound like a fulfilling life to me. And so as we see the generations previously, we're paying attention and we're seeing like they don't look happy after doing all of this. You know what I mean? And to the people that are actually being honest and telling us that they aren't happy doing it, we're looking like, well, if they didn't like doing it, why would we do it? You know what I mean? I mean, and you probably would be further in life without a kid. But, I mean, your kid's still going to grow up. Your kid's still going to be an adult. Your kid's still going to choose to have its own life. So your life won't stop, you know what I mean? And you're never too old. Like, literally, I'm going to be 32 and I'm already, like, planning to go back to school so I can become a doctor. So, literally, by the time I'm, like, 40 years old, I'll actually be a doctor. Like, you're never too... When I was in the x-ray program, I had women go back to school at like almost 50 years old. So just because you have a kid, like it may be delayed, you know what I mean? But you can get to where you want to go. Do you still want men? I still want to sleep with them. I still want to have sex with them. But I don't want them to like date and like get to know and like seriously deal with. Hell no. Like they say for, like men say for women, they're for recreational use only. For me, that's how I look at men. For recreational use only. Oh my God, that's amazing. I went to med school as a single mom with 3 kids. Anything's possible. No, for real. Just started PhD. I am 47. I failed on the student loans lessons. It's all good. My cousin is like 50 and she's in school for her PhD. That's amazing. Med school, single mom, 3 kids. That's admirable. And then I'll still be like, women don't take accountability. It's like, women are out here women are out here becoming doctors, taking care of children alone. What do you fucking mean? If that's not accountability, I don't know what is. They have enough accountability to raise a child and to get a high earning degree so that way they could take care of their 3 children alone. I watched your video, how to play the game and win. How do I stop talking so much? Limit convo with men. Literally don't talk. Like, just shut your mouth. Like, just, you have to be comfortable with silence. You know what I mean? Most people aren't comfortable with silence. So if you just take a step back and you shut up, they're going to fill the silence up. Most people can't sit from one another and it just be quiet. So you have to be the one to be like, you know what? Nope. I'm not breaking the silence. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And then when it comes to texting, just don't text them. don't text them. Don't only text them if it's for something that is like worth having a conversation over, or just like for plans and stuff. Yes, applying to computer science master programs at 30. That's what I'm talking about. Yep, seriously, it was that or stay on food stamps in Section 8 apartment. Yeah. And men will still be like, these women, the government's taking care of them. The government. And it's like, bruh, men are not even working, okay? Like, they're dropping out of the workforce. What are you guys even talking about? There's literally articles about men dropping out of the workforce because they realize that their money doesn't guarantee them a wife. Until they're like, well, then forget it. I'll just have the government take care of me. Yes, starting a business at 29. Oh my God, I love this. I love this. See, this is what I'm talking about. This means that my platform is attracting the women who are trying to get their life together and that are on the right path. Like, I love this. I get quiet, but living with my boyfriend, I end up speaking again. LOL, I'm a lover girl, but also playing. Oh, you live with him. That's different. Aw, thank you, flower girly. You live with him, so it might be a little bit too late now because you live with him. Man, shout out to the women living with a man because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, child. I ain't never lived with no man. I've like had sleepovers, you know what I mean? I've had sleepovers and slumber parties with men, but living with one, whoo, child, I can't do it. I can't. Like, I want to live the way I want to live. I want to watch what I want to watch. I want to do what I want to do. I don't want to clean up after somebody. Doing my master's in computer science at 26. So happy I discovered you. Oh my gosh, congratulations. I love that so much. Never, unless someone wants Dark Night of the Soul. Yeah, I would just sleep over. Sleep over and leave. What do you think about 50-50? It doesn't exist. These men that are doing 50-50 are playing women. Like, they're playing women. They are freaking playing women. Like, you mean to tell me that you've admired me for my beauty, because my beauty costs money. You know, the makeup costs, the hair costs, the lashes cost, the nail toes cost, the laser hair removal costs, eyebrows cost, you know what I mean? Skincare cost, teeth whitening cost, all this shit costs. My workout costs time and money. Me eating healthy, time and money. Then if you're going to give birth to a child, and then they want you to give birth to the child and be back to your normal self within 2 business days. And then they want you to go to work, and then they want you to give them, and then they want you to split money to live under the same roof with them. You have to clean up after them, cook for them, clean for them, argue with them, listen to their bullshit rhetoric. Like, no. That's a horrible deal. Horrible deal. Yes, literally, women out here trying to evict their boyfriends, y'all. It's hobosexual season. It's hobosexual season, ladies. Lock your doors. Lock your windows, okay? And don't leave no food outside. Because if you leave food outside, them stray men gonna be coming like cats. Yes, and women, like, honestly, women need to clock it more. Like, women need to clock their maintenance more when it comes to these men. Like, y'all need to be clocking it, because it's like, no, you think I'm beautiful. Being beautiful is like, yes, you're born with beauty. Like, yes, you are born with beauty. However, your beauty has to be maintained. Like, if a beautiful girl starts taking hard drugs, she's not going to be beautiful anymore. If a beautiful woman stops going to the gym and starts eating like shit, she's not going to be beautiful anymore. So your beauty has to be maintained. That takes time. That takes effort. That takes money. So you can't just let men, that's the thing. Men only look at money. No. No, my beauty is worth something. My beauty is valuable. Art museums, there's literal art dealers. There's museums of art. And you have to pay to auction off. You have to auction off the art. The art is beautiful. The art is worth money. Things that are beautiful are worth money. So you being beautiful, that's worth money. That's why there's supermodels. Most models are women. You know, when they do these little perfume ads, it's usually a woman. It's a woman in the commercial for the perfume ads because the woman is beautiful. When there's car shows, it's women at the car shows because they're beautiful. They want a beautiful accessory next to the car. So don't let these men play you, making it seem as if you should just go 50-50. Yeah, you're paying all this money to maintain your beauty. No. Oh, it wasn't Wingstop. It's like some salmon. It's like salmon and like rice. I didn't eat it yet. I'm going to stay on here for another 20 more minutes and then I'm going to eat my food. Queen, can you tell us your last crazy situation or convo you had with a Dusty? I'm going to be honest with you. So my Facebook is like mostly men. So if I argue with anyone, it'll be just like one of the Dusties that are online. But honestly, I haven't really had like a crazy situation. Well, I mean, I don't know. By crazy situation, this guy sexually harassed me or like assaulted me, I guess, on the fucking train on Friday. I got on live Friday and I talked about this, so I'm sorry if you heard the story already and I'm telling it to you again. But I left work on Friday and it was like the second to last stop before my stop. And so when they stopped off at the stop, this guy walked in front of me and like instantly, like I could just smell the energy. And I was like, this guy, I don't really trust this guy. He sits next to me and like I usually don't put my bag like on the seat of the train because, you know, for proper etiquette. But the train was pretty empty because it was getting close to the last stop. So I just sat it down, and when he walked past me, he sat down and like he sat so close to me that he almost sat on my bag. So as soon as he sat down, I ended up getting up, and I didn't go to a different car of the train. I just went to another side I went on to the opposite side of him. And so I didn't sit down. I ended up just standing. And so I stood for maybe like a couple minutes, and then here he comes walking and he sits down in front of me and he's got his hand in his pants, literally like staring at me and like whispering Lord knows what under his breath. So I'm pretty sure he was jacking off his junk to me. And so thank God my stop was the next stop. And so I got off, but I didn't get off directly where the door opened. I walked past him to get off where the door opened. And so I just got off and made sure that he didn't get off the train. And thank God he didn't. I just waited for the train to whiz by and then I went on about my merry way. But yeah, that was like the last craziest thing that happened. And the weirdo that literally was driving, following me, walking, that happened about, I don't know, some hours ago. Oh yeah, these men are crazy. Like honestly, the mental health with these men is like terrible. No, I don't drive. I'm only here for another month. What's crazy is I have my car, but I hate driving in New York City. Like I fucking hate it. I hate it so much. I like that you give real advice without talking down to and blaming women like some coaches. Yeah, I mean, my thing is this. Most of the time, women acknowledge them fucking up. You know what I'm saying? Women typically acknowledge when they're fucking up. Like I had a girl on the live Friday morning, and she was just pretty much explaining, you know, her situation, and like she took accountability, you know what I mean? She took accountability for the decisions that she made, and like, you know, having a teen pregnancy and, you know, stuff like that. So it's like the women that I talk to, like they take accountability. So I kind of feel like it's kind of dumb to be like constantly like shaming the women and blaming the women, because it's like, okay, we're buying more houses than men, we're opening up businesses, we're earning money, we're going to college. Like, women are out here, like, women really are out here, like, making strides and, like, accomplishing things despite being shamed by men. So the shaming, obviously, it's too much traffic, and the drivers here are fucking erratic. Like, they're so erratic. And I know all about erratic drivers because I lived in Chicago. But here in New York City, it's like a whole nother different beast. It's like a whole nother different beast. These people drive crazy. And I hate how these streets are so narrow. Like, when it's on a main street, it's just like a ton of like narrow ass like streets. I'm like, dude, I can't do this. Like, Do you think it's harder for white women to reprogram? Oh my gosh, yes. Yes. Like, I love white women. Like, I have nothing like against them. You know, I went to PWI, and I grew up in a predominantly white like neighborhood, but you can't tell white women anything a lot of the time with men until they go through it. Like, that's the thing. For white women, they just have to go through it. You know what I mean? Like, you can't really save them ahead of time. They got to go through it. So usually older white women I get along with because they've been there, done that, wore that t-shirt. My ex-girlfriend took me and my kids to lunch. Does that mean she's interested in me? I have no idea. I have no idea. White women get jealous of us. I experienced that. Did y'all see the video of those black girls who went to the little tea party thing at Tiffany's, and those white women were like they couldn't believe it. Like, they couldn't believe the black girls were there at Tiffany's having an afternoon tea. It was like they were flabbergasted. Like, they couldn't believe it. And I'm like, what? What? Like, come on. Like, I gotta watch that. Princella did an interview with Jane Elliott, and she shut the whole interview down for the truth on men. Really? When was this? I'm looking it up right now. Oh my God, I have to look this up. Oh, okay, this was a year ago. Damn, this video is long. This shit's 6 hours.
This stuff that we have to explain it to white folks so that they won't be so upset. It's time for us to stop explaining to white folks why they shouldn't be so upset. It's time to stop using words like, oh my God, unconscious bias and conscious bias.
All right, I just paused it because I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it later. I'm reading the comments. They're agreeing with what you're saying. She wasn't receptive or open. I thought this would go different. A lot of older people are frustratingly stubborn AF. Anyone who says men don't commit the most crimes can't be listened to. I'm done, Jane. LOL, goodbye. I can't remember what like club or Facebook group, that's what his Facebook group it was. There was this white, I can't remember what the topic was, but there was this white woman, and she commented, she was like, men do everything. Oh, the post was talking about how women have to have periods, women have to give birth, and women have to have like cramps, and then men have the nerve to ask us what we bring to the table. And so this white woman had commented, she was like, these men risk their lives to do these hard jobs, and they do everything to protect us women and children. And I commented, and I was like, 98% of crimes are committed by men. Most child pornography that's looked at by men. Okay, most SA is by men. What are you talking about? What are you talking about that these men try so hard to protect women and children? What are you talking about? And even on my video, when I was saying how, like, me being a stripper, like, the men really don't like their wives, the only people who were like, no, that's not true, I don't like him either, it's your upbringing, it's just because you're in the club, it was all white women. it was all white women. And it's like no shade to them, but you know, you can really tell the difference in mentality between white women and black women and like how they view men. This is also why I'm not an advocate for the divestment movement. I know a lot of black women are. They're like, just divest, divest, divest. Listen, I grew up with white men. Okay, I went to school with, you know, white boys. I dated plenty of white boys. They are no different. They are no different. It's just white men aren't so open with it. You know, black men, it's all in the music. You know what I mean? It's all in the music. They openly state it. They're no different, okay? White men just have a different strategy. They do. They just have a more sneaky way of, you know, doing it. Yep, and in the military, men are more likely to essay the women they work with. Yeah, being a woman in a male-dominated space is dangerous. It's very, very dangerous. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. They're not any different. They're literally the same. Their tactics might be a little bit different, but they're the same. Like, when it's all said and done, they're gonna cheat. They're gonna lie. You know what I mean? They're gonna be selfish. It just is what it is. That's why I think the divestment movement is stupid. And I really don't like that content either. I really don't like that content. Because that woman, that black woman, I don't know if you guys read about that black woman, that her and her two children, they all jumped off of the Niagara Falls. They all jumped off the Niagara Falls or whatever. I'm like, she was with a white man. She had 2 mixed babies and she was like a divester. And I kind of feel as though she was like, oh, well, I have a white man. I have a white man. The divestment movement is like when black men or black women are like, oh, I don't want to do a black man anymore. And I just think it's stupid. I just think it's stupid. And so I think I feel like she jumped off of that. I feel like she jumped off of like the Niagara Falls with her children, because I feel like a lot of women that go to the divestment movement, I feel like they have like a white savior complex when it comes to white men. I feel like they do. I feel like they have a white savior complex, and I feel like that woman that jumped off of the Niagara Falls, I feel like she did that because she had a strong white savior complex, and like the white man was a dusty. Like he wasn't even like a good man, but there's a lot of black women who are just like, white equals good. You know what I mean? White equals superior. So like, I have a white man and all of my problems are going to be solved, and I'm just going to get the princess treatment just because I'm with a white man. And it's like, but you're not. You know what I mean? But you're not. I can't wait to watch this Jane Elliott and Princella. I can't wait to watch this. Thank you for telling me. I don't know if she's still on here or not, but thank you for telling me. I'm Latina. There's a lot of Latina women that think like that too. Yeah, I have a lot of friends that are Latina, and yes, they think the same way. Actually, one of my friends, she's Cuban and she's married to a white man. She don't like Cubans. She doesn't like anyone in the same race as her. Do you date white men? No, not anymore. I haven't dated a white man in a long time. I don't know. I just can't. I just can't with white men. I don't know what it is, but I just can't. Nope. I still very much like black men. Like, I'll make content about them or whatever, but like, I do still like black men. I do. I still like them. What was it like dating white guys growing up in the suburbs? So this is what's crazy. You know what I'm saying? This is what's crazy. So I've never really been attracted to white men. So like there would be like some white boys that liked me or like some white boys that wanted to date me, but I never was really like I never really had liked them. And the black men that went to school with me, they didn't like me. They liked white women. So my cousin went to a different high school and she went to the cool high school. She went to the high school where the men, it was like predominantly black and like the men were fine. And so where I grew up was actually in a more predominantly black area, but we moved. So we moved to where it was more white people. So the same guys that I went to elementary school when I was living in a predominantly black neighborhood, they went to that school that my cousin went to. So I was like, I don't want these white boys. Like, I want black men. So I would go to like those high school parties and I would deal and like talk to like those black men. It wasn't until like after I graduated that the white men that I went to high school with were like, I liked you in high school. I just didn't know I didn't know if you liked white men or not. So I was just afraid to approach you. I didn't really know any of them had liked me, and they very well could have been lying. But I didn't really talk to any of them or know that they liked me until we had graduated high school. So like I've dealt with a few, but I don't know. I like black men. Like I like black men that are like me, that look like me. Like this, I like men that have the same phenotype as me. So like more like lighter skin, caramel skin. I have like one of my longest relationships was with an unambiguous black man. But the thing I don't like about unambiguous black men, meaning like they're dark skin, like they're 100% unambiguous, like the bigger nose, bigger lips, darker skin, stuff like that. The issue that I would have a lot with unambiguous black men was that a lot of unambiguous black men, like I felt like some of them kind of felt as though maybe I was entitled, or maybe they have felt like, I don't know, like as if I was like better. I don't know how to explain it. I guess it's that preference talk. That a lot of like women talk about. That's how I was feeling, and I don't like that feeling. It's easier when I deal with men who are like multiracial light skin, you know, more light skin, more caramel skin. It's just easier, at least for me. It's just easier. Here's the thing, the white men, I've always gotten princess treatment from white men. But the issue, like when it comes to white men is that, so there was one guy that I was dealing with that was white, and he did give me the princess treatment. Like he gave me the princess treatment. And the issue was that like, okay, so I was in school and I had to do clinical at this hospital, and it was a predominantly white hospital, and I was having an issue with like the people there or whatever, and I was like one of the only few black people there, and like it had kind of been a thing that like the manager was seen as racist, you know what I'm saying? And so when I would like try to explain this, like like to the white man or whatever that I was dealing with at the time, he just didn't get it. He just was not, he just didn't understand. And I did not like that, and I just kind of felt like that's just not something that I want to have to like deal with every single time. You know what I mean? Like that's just something that I don't want to keep having to, you know, reiterate and discuss and like try to get someone to understand, because like they're never going to understand it. Now, but on the opposite end, like on the complete opposite end, you have black men who like they will internalize their struggle, and I don't like that either. So like when I talk to men and like I'm on a date with a man, and like men lead like right away with like how they had to fight and how they had to struggle and how they had to like go through all this stuff, and like they lead with that, I don't like that. I don't like that either, because it's like, Okay, well, I don't want to be home wondering if like a police officer is going to shoot you or not. You know what I mean? I don't want to be home wondering like about any of this shit. So it's like I like when I do with black men, like the black men have like a college degree, okay? They're not over here like pew pew toting, you know what I mean? Like they know they're very well spoken, like they're accomplished black men, you know what I mean? Um so I like men like that. I don't like the men that are like, all my life I had to fight. Because when they lead with that, that means that they want me to fight with them. And do I look like I want to fight? Do I look like I don't even want to break a nail. I don't want to have a all my life I had to fight type of man. That means he's going to be expecting me to deal with that shit. I want a man who has done that already. I want a man who's gotten through that already. I want a man who has that all behind him and he's just like, okay, what am I going to do to like make my life better? You know what I mean? Like it's in the past. But I like them all. I dated them all. Black, white, Mexican, Indian, Asian. I've dated them all. I like Indians too. Actually, I really like Indians. I do. I really like Indians. Like Indian men are just like there was this one Indian guy that I was dating, so handsome. So freaking handsome. Like I love their hair. Like they just have so much hair and like their skin complexion is just which one which one spend the most money? If you're picking right, they all should be spending money. Like you that's the thing, you have to find the right target. You have to find the right target. There's just some men like you can't ask them for money. You know what I'm saying? You should know as soon as they tell you their job title, you know, as soon as they tell you their age, it should already go up. I can't ask this nigga for no money. This not even ask. He ain't about to give me no money. You know what I mean? That's just you got to have the right target. What group of guys expect women to be submissive? Black men. Black men. I feel like out of all of the races, they're gonna expect submission the most. In my opinion, black men are gonna expect submission. Expect respect, and they are going to expect appreciation. Those are like the three things that like black men like crave. They want submission, they want respect, and they want appreciation. Yes, and Middle Eastern men for sure. One thing I didn't like about Middle Eastern men is, they're mama's boys. Like, they're very, 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 very close with their mothers. Like, their mothers are going to come with y'all on the family vacation. That's how close they are with their mothers. Right, you do. You do have to. You kind of do. You do have to you have to work kind of hard to get stuff out of black men. But this is why you just deal with black men that are significantly older. Like I had a 65-year-old and he was paying all my shit. He actually looked good too. He actually took very good care of himself. He worked in construction and he has his own security company. He looked good. He didn't eat any red meat. He rarely drank, didn't smoke. He had his shit together. Like he looked real good. Oh, I need to watch that show Later Daters. Y'all know what I'm talking about on Netflix. I need to watch that. Yeah, I met this 65-year-old man at the hospital where I had worked at the time. He wasn't a patient. He wasn't even a patient. He was just there to get lab work. And he came up to me and he was like, I already let you pass me once. And he was like, I'd be damned if I let you like pass me again or whatever. And so I was like, all right. And like, he looked good. I was like, damn, okay, you look good. And so I gave him my number and like we went on some dates. And on the first date, he's like, all right, let's go shopping. Like, what do you want? Is there anything that you want? And I'm like, funny that you may ask. Yes, I have a few requests. And so he took me shopping. Cause see, like that's the thing too. I've never had to ask for money because men know who they can approach and who they cannot approach based off of how the woman looks. So like if the man, like men know how to read women. So men definitely are looking at you like, okay, she looks expensive. You know what I mean? I can't afford her. Men are definitely looking at you like that. And then men will look at you and be like, she looks expensive, I can't afford her. And then like you still sleep with them and they'll be like, why did she let me sleep with her? You know what I mean? Like, why did she let me sleep with her? And it'll be like, I know that there's a couple men that like definitely thought that about me. Like, what? Like, she let me sleep with her? Like, what? And I didn't do anything? And a lot of other men get mad about that. But what men don't realize is that women, just like men can pick up on the invisible when it comes to women, women can pick up on the invisible when it comes to men. So the thing about it is that not all men got it like that. Like, that's why I made that video about like how money can't unlame a man. There's just some dudes out there, they always are going to have to lead with their pocket because they lame. They lame. And those are the men that's out here crying about how, oh, well, she gave it to Pookie and Ray Ray for free and I had to pay for it. Okay, you had to pay for it because you're a fucking lame. You had to pay for it because you're a fucking creeper. Because no woman would be willing to just like you enough, like your vibe, like your aura, like how you're making her feel enough to just want to sleep with you if you didn't invest anything. And like a lot of men don't like that reality. Like a lot of men don't understand that. By looking like someone that looks expensive, by looking like someone who is like, oh, I know she ain't fucking with me unless I can give her some money. You know what I mean? Those are the only men that I usually will like talk to or like take seriously, but they come to me. You know what I mean? When I was walking looking dusty earlier to go, well, I wasn't looking dusty because I had this makeup on, but my outfit was dusty. I was in a jogging suit. But the man that pulled up to me, the nigga was in a Mercedes. Now, I don't know if he scams or if he has like a nice job or I don't know how he acquired that vehicle, but he came up to me in a Mercedes Benz. He was pushing a Mercedes Benz. I typically have men approach me that got something because I look like something. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to say that to like brag or anything else, but that's just the fact of it. Men know the women that they can and cannot afford. Nah, girl, you want to be called bougie. You want to be called stuck up. That's a good thing. Being bougie and being stuck up, that's a dust repellent. That's a dust repellent. Men don't come up to me and be like, hey, shorty, what you doing? Come over here. Come over here, shorty. Come over here, caramel skin or whatever I'm wearing that day. Come over here. They don't talk to me like that. They say, you look beautiful. I hope you have a good day. Good morning. They always approach me like respectfully because I'm carrying myself. I look like someone of like class. I look like someone of elegance. So I don't have men just approaching me any type of way. So when you look rich, when you look expensive, when you look classy, it's a dust repellent. But you gotta have the confidence to match. That's the thing too. You gotta have the confidence to match. My ex-boyfriend is Hispanic. My ex-boyfriend is literally from Mexico. When you have the confidence, you really gonna repel the dust. You really gonna repel the dust. I get called princess all the time. By men. Oh, you're a princess, I see. You're a princess. Yes. I am actually. Actually, let me get my crown. 1 second. Oh shit, as I almost break my water. I am a princess, actually. Thank you. Thank you. I am indeed a princess. Opinion on only dating wealthy people in your 20s. Hell yeah, girl. Do it. Get that money. Get them to invest in you. Now, that is one thing I was doing with white men. Them white men was helping me pay my college. Oh, you guys want to know something funny? It's funny, but it's a little bit like mean. So this one guy, one of my ex-boyfriends is white. One of my ex-boyfriends is white. And I was over working at the club at the time. And so I was like, I don't know how I'm going to come up with this last little $3,000 so that I could pay off my last semester so I can start the next semester. And me and my ex were broken up, and I was like, I really need your help. I need $3,000. And like, he literally gave me the $3,000, and I never paid him back. I don't know if I ever told him that I was going to pay him back, but yeah, he paid for my tuition, even though we were broken up, even though I broke up with him. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, if you're in your 20s, you better get them in to spend and make sure you save the money, start a business, use it for college. Like, don't go crazy buying all that shit. I did not even get my first designer bag for myself until I got my second college degree. Like, all of the money that the men were giving me was going towards my education. It was going towards my education. I was not fucking that money off at all. He asked me to be his girlfriend on date 2. Is that okay? He's for sure love bombing you, but if the love bombing comes with gifts, and as long as you're emotionally not attached to this guy, get what you can get and leave when you don't get anything else. That's what I did. For my last relationship, he asked me to be his girlfriend very quickly. And I was like, oh, he's love bombing me. And he's buying me gifts and doing all this stuff for me. So once he starts acting weird, I'll just quit talking to him. And that's exactly what I did. As soon as he switched up on me, I broke up with him. When men want to do stuff fast, they don't have good intentions. When men want to move real quick, they don't have good intentions. Men are not like, oh my God, I'm ready to commit to a woman. Oh my God, I need to go be with a woman. Like, men are not thinking like that. So when they want a relationship with you quickly, something is up. Something is up. Ain't no man like, I'm ready to commit and just have one pussy for my whole life. Like, no. That's how women think. Except with PP. How do I detach fast? Start a level up journey, okay? And it could be a level up for anything. Your money, your spirituality, your fitness, okay? Your skincare, your hair care, anything. Where's the best places to go when you're ready to date? You mean like meeting somebody? How to start level up journey. Figure out one thing that you don't like about yourself, or one circumstance that you're in that you don't like, and then create a plan on how you're going to get out of it. So like, let's just say you're overweight, right? Okay, so if you're overweight and that is an issue for you, you don't like your weight, okay, so your level up is pretty much going to be, all right, I need to get my diet in check, okay, so are you eating fast food all the time? Okay, so you can start off small and just reduce how often you're getting fast food, okay? That's like very small, like a very, very small thing. And then you're going to start incorporating healthy food, and then you're going to feel so much better because you're eating healthy. And then once you get that down pat, then you can add on exercise, and then you can get a little cardio in. And then once you get that down pat, then you get a little weightlifting in. You know what I'm saying? Leveling up is literally taking aspects of yourself about your life that you are not satisfied with, that you do not like, that you know that you could be doing better in, and you are investing the energy on changing those situations to something more favorable. That's what leveling up is. Yes, like where should you go sit at, places to be at, to find a provider, whether to date? Rich, like Shira says, the rich parts of town. Go do your grocery shopping at Whole Foods, Trader Joe's. Thank you. Go get your services done on the nice side of town, okay? And then go grab a drink. Yep, you can go to a country club. You can go to a nice gym like an Equinox or a Lifetime. Is it okay to do escorting? See, I didn't do that. I didn't do escorting. I mean, I don't know. I feel like escorting is so dangerous. Girl, those places are expensive. I think I will start though and grab a few things. Yeah, girl. Like honestly, I feel like this. If you really do your research on things to do out in a nice area, you can make a whole day out of it. Like honestly, you can make a whole day out of it. You can like wake up, like you can go to like a nice coffee place. Okay, you can go to a nice coffee place in the morning and go drink your coffee and bring a book and go read a book somewhere. Okay, it's a lot of men that be in them cafes early in the morning doing work there. You can go there, you can chill out, peep the scene, and then you can go get some groceries after that in the afternoon. Go to the grocery store, and then I don't know. You can go to a nice like little like place to like go eat and just go eat at the bar. So get you a drink and then you can eat at the bar and look cute. You know what I'm saying? Look cute. Yeah, it's just escorting, that's a lot. Can't you just do OnlyFans? Yes, for the level up for makeup. I love that. I love that. Went to bars as well. I got the numbers, but nothing happened. The thing about, like, here's the thing. I don't go freestyling, okay? I don't go freestyling. I just go outside looking like a snack, and I just let the providers come to me. Okay? I'm lazy. I ain't doing all that work. I ain't doing all that work. Is this guy giving you gifts? To Fleur, to you, is this man giving you gifts? The one that wants to be the one that wants you to be the girlfriend after 2 dates? That's the most important thing. Is this man giving you shit? Because if this man, oh, okay. Well, then perfect. Milk it, girl. Milk it. Milk it. Yeah. Say yes. I'll be your girlfriend, and just don't give any emotional attachment, and go on ahead and get as much as you can from this guy. And then as soon as he starts acting up, just don't date him anymore. Break up with him. That's exactly what my ex-boyfriend did. And I broke up with him immediately. My girlfriend was like, damn, like you didn't even like care. Like you just broke up with him. And I was like, yeah, because he started acting funny. I'm sorry. I like my relationships fun. Okay? I like my relationships fun. When the relationships gets hard, I'm out of there. I'm sorry. Listen, you can call me weak. I'm cool being weak. Okay? I don't like no hard relationship. My friendships are fun. Okay? I have good relationship with my family. That's all fun. I don't want my romantic relationship to be hard. I'm out of there. He lets me leave stuff in his house, and he got me a Christmas gift already. Just don't leave nothing valuable at his place. Make sure you leave stuff at his place. Make sure you leave stuff at his place you don't care about if you can't get it again. Because his feelings might be hurt if you break up with him because he invested a lot in you. So make sure you don't leave nothing valuable over there, because he might be an asshole and not try to let you get it back if it comes. Because I'm telling you, you're going to have to break up with him. He asked you too soon to be his girlfriend. you're going to have to break up with him. I love your mindset. How did you get there? I'm only 19 and I want to be like this. Girl, it's because I was a stripper. I used men for a living. I used men for a living for 4 years. And I grew up in a family of women who weren't male-centered. Like, I literally grew up in a family of a village of women who raised me. And they put me on game. And, like, I'm just very wise. Like, I just peep shit. Like, I just pay attention to a lot of shit. The way to understand is to pay attention. Because he asked you to be his girlfriend too soon. I'm telling you, this guy's going to switch up on you. Put a 1 in the chat if this girl got asked to be the girlfriend too soon. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with me. Yeah, he asked you way too soon. He asked you way too soon, girl. It was after 2 dates. Yeah, he's gonna switch up on you. He's gonna switch up on you. I'm telling you. He's gonna switch up on you. How do you know they're really investing? When they're spending money. When they're spending money. These that I'm wearing, I didn't pay for these. A man bought these. See? NDTX67 said true. When I broke up with mine after 6 months, he did not return my things. Yeah, make sure you don't leave nothing at his house that you would want back, because you're going to have to break up with him and he's not going to let you get your shit back. How do you hurt a man and break them? By going no contact, by not talking to them anymore and leveling up. Never leave the door open for them to contact you ever again. How do you ask for money without feeling like a beg? You don't ask. I don't ask for money. I don't ask men for money. They literally just give it to me. Like, literally. Like, when you look like a woman who demands money, they're gonna want to give you money. Like, they will just offer it to you. They literally will. They'll just be like, hey, you want some money today? Not literally, but you get what I'm saying. Like, literally, I walk around the streets with my bag like this. Like, I'm a little damsel, cute damsel in distress. Help me, you know? And they're like, wow, she probably needs some help. I want to fill her pockets. I want to give her some money. Let me help. And they're like, hi, I'm Frank. You look like you need some money today. How can I help you? And I'm like, yes! During the first 3 months when their mask comes off, like, how can you tell a guy won't ruin it? Because they will. They will. You should be anticipating it. Like, all right, how long is this phase going to last? How long is the good guy phase going to last? 3 months, 3 years. They usually offer, but sometimes they want to ask for stuff. Okay, so then you should say, okay, so when they offer something, and like, let's just say you don't like the thing that they offer, right? You could be like, that is so kind of you to think of me, and the fact that you want to like take care of me and buy this for me, you know what I'm saying? And all you have to do is say, but you want to know what would make me even happier? And you're like, so there's this bag. I've literally been wanting this bag for like 2 years, but I don't have enough money to get it. And I haven't had enough money to get it. And it would just mean so much to me if you got me this bag, because it'll really be special for the both of us, because this bag is going to always remind me of you. This bag is always going to remind me of you because you got it for me. And it's something that I really, really want. And it would really just like make me so happy if you got this bag for me. He's going to be like, wow, the bag is going to make her think of me? All right, then I'll get it. Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah. Dang, Elizabeth. Oh, girl. Yeah, they're not going to... With men, when things are too good to be true, it's because they're too good to be true. So when they're replying to you fast, that should be a red fucking flag. Like, okay, this is fake. This is fake. Or he ain't got no job and he broke. He ain't got nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? But when it's too good to be true, it's not real. How do I stay strong and don't fall for his manipulative tendencies? Wait, just broke up and moved out of his place. He's still trying to text and make it work. If y'all ain't got no kids, why is he contacting you? If y'all ain't got nothing that y'all share together, why is he texting you? He needs to be blocked. And you moved out. That's the first thing. You have to cut off contact. You do. I'm on here for 10 more minutes, so I'm trying to answer these questions. How do I stay strong and don't fall? First of all, he needs to be blocked on everything. Social media, phone number, everything. He needs to stay blocked. These men can be so persistent that even when you block them off of everything, they will make another text now number. They will contact you through email. They will contact you through PayPal. They will contact you through message in a bottle. They will stop at nothing to try to contact you. You need to have a goal that you're focused on. Like, you need to do something. You need to start a new hobby. You need to get in the gym. You need to start reading books. You need to focus on something that is going to take your mind off of this dude. That's what you have to do. You have to be so focused on that you quit thinking about this man. My guy friend is super mean to me, but then flirts with me. What is this about? Well, first off, he's your guy friend, so he wants to fuck you. That's the first thing. He wants to sleep with you, okay? Men aren't friends with women just platonically. They're just waiting. And this has come from my own ex-boyfriend's mouth, okay? Like, this has really come from my own ex-boyfriend's mouth. It's come from mouths of many, many men. This guy friend wants to fuck you. And so pretty much what he's doing is he's trying to have you in a state of confusion. I'm going to post a video on my Patreon once I post enough, but I made a video about this today. A good manipulation tactic that a lot of men use is to put you into a state of confusion. Because you're at your most vulnerable when you can't think straight. So a lot of men are going to put you on highs and lows. So like be nice and then be mean, hot and cold. This is the hot and cold. This is where that comes from. That's a manipulation tactic because it confuses you and it messes up your judgment. So it makes it harder for you to make decisions and conscious decisions about like where you stand with this guy. So it's like like when he's an asshole to you, that's when you start questioning if you want to be friends with him anymore. Because you're like, damn, that was mean. You know what I mean? He said that to me, that was mean. But then right when you want to quit being friends with him, that's when he starts being nice. And then you're like, oh, well, maybe he didn't mean that. You know what I mean? Maybe he was having a bad day. You start justifying the behavior. And then it just is the same thing over and over. Hot, cold, mean, nice. Same thing over and over. And that fucks with you mentally. That's emotional abuse. And he wouldn't be my friend no more. He wouldn't be my friend no more. Like, that's a terrible tactic for pussy. Like, that's what you're doing to get pussy. You're trying to no. That's what he's doing. He's just trying to confuse you. He's trying to confuse you. I'm talking to a few guys, but none are playing dates. Then girl, you ain't talking to nobody. If they ain't planning nothing, if they ain't doing nothing, they are nobody. You ain't talking to nobody. So go on ahead and cut that roster out and start a whole new one. I know he hates I'm not modest, etc., but I told him I don't care. Any thoughts on plastic surgery to improve the appearance of oneself and attract successful suitors? I am pro-surgery, okay? You want to get the nose done. You want to get the body done. You want to get all that done. Girl, do you, okay? Only thing is that I only advise you to get surgery for yourself. Only for yourself, okay? I will never advise a woman to change her body to attract a man because what happens if you don't attract a man? Or what happens if you only attract men that you don't like? Then what? You're risking your life, okay? You're risking potentially having results that you may not like. You know what I mean? You're risking a lot. And so you need to make sure that you're going to take on this risk for you and only you. Now, you can be okay with the side effects of what comes along with this. Like, for instance, if you get a BBL, okay, if you get a BBL, of course, men are going to talk to you more. You know what I mean? Come on, like, no shit. You know, you're going to attract more men. But, you know, that could go a ton of ways. You know, the men that like BBLs, a lot of them be dusties. You know what I mean? So now you got a BBL trying to attract men, and all you was able to attract was dusties. So now you just that you're just that flea tape now. You know that flea tape, that fly tape that you put on to go get the flies to go? You got that BBL and now you're fly tape, boo. Why are you friends with anyone who's... Oh, to that girl. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why are you being friends with the man who is being mean to you? Right. Is he... Exactly. If he ain't benefiting you in no way, why are you friends with him? Like, what? Men say they don't like surgery but will cheat and collect IG profiles of them. Exactly. Most of the time, they can't even tell what's surgery or not anyway. They can barely tell what's makeup or not. Like, men don't know light makeup from fresh faced. They don't know that. Hi. They don't know that. Yes, and he's obviously... I was going to ask her more questions, but I'm not trying to be on here that long. But if he's been friend zoned, like if he's only friends with you because he got friend zoned, he's definitely trying to fuck with your self-esteem. He is. He's trying to fuck with your self-esteem because you put him in the friend zone. Also while simultaneously trying to fuck you still. So of course he's not going to... And that's the thing too. Men are never going to sever ties with you. Never. Like, they're never going to sever ties with you. They want a chance to sleep with you. But what about guys that start out as friends? Girl, it don't matter. They still want to sleep with you. They want your poom poom. Still. And also, there's some context that has to be added too, because it's like, when it's like older people, you know what I'm saying? When it's like older people and like they went to high school and it's like 30 years post and like they still stay friends. Yeah, that's like a little bit different, especially if they live in like different states and stuff like that. But when it's friends, when it's like y'all are actually cool and shit, like hanging out and shit, that guy wants more. I'm 32, he's 29. He wants to sleep with you, girl. He does. He wants to sleep with you. I mean, my thing is this. If y'all are cool being friends with people that want to fuck you, then who cares? You know what I mean? That's on y'all. I don't want to be friends with someone that wants to fuck me. I don't. Even the women, you know what I mean? I've realized I was friends with women that wanted to sleep with me. And then they got drunk and they were all over me. And I was like, what? What about if you were legit friends back when I was 400 pounds? I'm now 170. He's going to want to fuck you even more now because you done leveled up. You done leveled up. So now he wants to sleep with you more now than ever. Like, that's the thing. Like, that's the thing. Men are always in it for the long haul. They're in it for the long haul. So they'll be your friends while you're married, and y'all will be married for 20 years, and he's like, yes, finally, she's divorced. You know what I mean? Now I can get some vulnerable pussy. You know what I mean? I'm going to be the shoulder to cry on and the dick to ride on. That's how men look at it. They're like, yes, you know what I mean? She's vulnerable now. Do you believe age gap relationships? A lot of old men have commitment issues and never settle. Old, young, dying, they all got commitment issues. Are they giving me money? You know what I'm saying? I don't care how old they are. I just want to make sure they're giving me some money. You know, if I got to put up with you. Oh, you do pole dancing? Yes, girl. My problem is that I care a lot about looks. That's not a bad thing. I mean, I don't feel like it's a bad thing. But also, like, I'm vain. I feel like this. I don't feel like vanity is a bad thing. People have to look at you. You know what I mean? God gave us eyes to look at people. If it wasn't important for you to care about looks, why do you have eyes? You know what I mean? So your looks are important. Oh, fuck him. That's the thing. I don't deal with men who don't like women sexualizing themselves. Like as women, like your power is rooted in your sexuality. Like you have to have sex to create life. So you should that's something that you should embody. That's something you should embody. Cause like that's what they want you to do in pole dancing class. They want you to like touch yourself and like be sexy and look in the mirror and like gyrate and like do all that stuff. It's very, very like intimate and very empowering and very liberating. Like it makes you feel good. So it's like, if that's what makes you feel good, I'm not dealing with no man who is not going to support me. He ain't gonna support me doing shit that makes me feel good. Point blank, period. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm in a class full of women. Ain't no men there. The shit ain't getting recorded. Why do you have such a problem with it? Because men don't like women that embrace their sexuality. That's the issue. And that's not a good man. How many months did it take for you to get pole dance beginner? I was a gymnast. So when I did I was a gymnast for 13 years. And so I took pole dancing classes. Ooh, my head is hurting. I took pole dancing classes. And then one of our instructors was a dancer. And I was like, I'm trying to make some money. I'm trying to pay for this school. I'm about to go back to school. I'm trying to pay for this school. And so, anyway, yeah, and so one of the girls used to dance, and I was like, shit, I want to work at the club, you know? What's it all about? And so I went and started dancing at the club, and I was like, I got the pole tricks, you know what I mean? And I started making my money at the club. You can post your pole content. Ooh, yeah, this is good. This is good. This is good, the Reed Reaper. Women that embrace and learn their sexuality require more effort in bed. That's why they hate it. Yup. Yup. You can't hit the spots. You can't do all the things that like I need you to do. Huh, forget it. Not happening. I had a guy, he's a boy in my head, but I had a man who was like, I don't wanna use my fingers because I feel like I'm in middle school. And I'm like, but I want that. Like, I like that. And he's like, no, it makes me feel like I'm in middle school. And I'm like, you care more about not feeling like a middle schooler than you do about pleasing me? Okay, I'm never talking to you again then. Because it's like, even when you tell them what you like, there's no guarantee that they're gonna want to do it. Which I felt was really weird. Like, come on. And then he sucked at eating cat. It was terrible. I straight up told him. I was like, he was like, he must have realized after he did it the first time I wasn't feeling it. He's like, I'm gonna go back down there. And just tell me like how you want me to do it. And he was not listening to anything that I was saying. And I just got frustrated while he was down there. I was just like, I'm like, okay, this is too many directions I have to give to a man who's like fucking 34 years old. Like, this is way too much. Like, I'm not doing all of this. He's like, well, and mind you, I blew his mind in the bedroom, okay? Like, I blew his freaking mind in the bedroom, okay? Had his toes throwing up gang signs. I was killing it. And I was like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? He's like, no other women's ever complained about it. And I'm like, that's because them bitches was lying to you. That's because them bitches was lying to you. I'm gonna straight up tell you, that shit was not good. It wasn't it. It wasn't it. Like I was pulling out all the stops on this guy, especially because he was like very much like well endowed. Oh my God, I was pulling out all the stops on this guy. And I was just like, you go down here, he couldn't even kiss right. Like that, he couldn't even kiss right. He could not even kiss right. I'm just like, he's so weird. He was so weird. Right? Like, come on. I at least need the bedroom action to be good. Have you ever had an experience where they get mad because you're so good in bed? I've never had them be mad before. Yeah, not that I could think of. I don't think I've ever had a man mad at me. Have you ever had an experience where I had to make sure I was reading it right. No. They might have been curious. I will say that. They might have been curious, like, where did she learn that from? Child, y'all, I gotta get this Patreon content. I need to get this Patreon content. So, should I talk about, like, schmeck stuff on my Patreon? Because Patreon will be behind a paywall. So I'm gonna charge like $7 a month so I could talk about more like uncensored stuff. Okay, yeah, okay. All right, cool. I'm gonna add Smex Talk to the Patreon, and I'm gonna have like story times on there. I am. Because my best friend, she says that my punani is dangerous. That's what she says. She's like, when I tell her how men get over sleeping with me, she's like, that punani is dangerous. She's like, it's dangerous. She's like, these men are like obsessed with like sleeping with you. And I'm like, I know all the tricks. Get them to pay my car note. I was so good. Actually, there was one guy, he literally was so sprung and he wanted to sleep with me again, and I refused to sleep with him because he pissed me off, and he was like literally begging me. He was literally begging me to sleep with me again, and he was like, I will pay your car note. Like, please. Like, I am willing to pay for it. Like, I just want to sleep with you so bad again. And he pissed me off so much. I was like, honestly, you annoyed me and pissed me off so much, you can't even pay your way out of this. Like, that's how repulsed I was by him. And so I blocked him on everything. Oh, that actually is one thing that men will do. So this was one reason why I didn't like that guy and why he pissed me off. I know I'm good in bed. Like, I know I'm fucking good in bed, okay? I know it. There's no question about it. He, like, after we had slept with each other, he had said that, like, oh, yeah, your sex was decent. And I already knew that he was using that as a humbling tactic. I already knew he was using that as a humbling tactic. And so I know he was using it as a humbling tactic because when I didn't acknowledge him saying that, he had, like, brought it up again. And I was like, nah, dude. In my head, I'm thinking like, nah, dude, you're over here trying to humble my sex game when I know that I'm good in bed. What are you talking about? Talking about is decent. No, it ain't. It ain't decent. It's top tier. It's extraordinary, okay? It's amazing. It's mind-blowing. Probably because of your self-esteem and your confidence. A lot of women are just, they have a low self-esteem, they're insecure, and so like they're afraid to like really like unleash in the bedroom. Cause baby, listen, I be unleashing in the bedroom, okay? I be unleashing in that bedroom. He probably wants you to do it again to prove him wrong. Exactly, because that's show what they be doing. They be wanting to try to have it where it's like, it really wasn't that good, you know, show me again. They'll try to like throw salt on your sex game so that way you can like try to perform better. No, nope. Do you do massage as well to be better in bed? I only did that with one of my ex-boyfriends. They be good first time and then bad after. And then that's another thing too. Like women, like I don't know. I'm heavy on like just taking taking control. So like if they don't know what they're doing, I'm just gonna climb on top of them and just get it done myself. Like I'm not leaving without getting mine. Because that's how men are, you know what I mean? They want to turn you around and bend you over and finish in 2 minutes. And so I'm like, nope, I turn them around and put them on their back and finish in 2 minutes. Yeah, exactly. Women can go multiple rounds. Like, no, like I'm trying to go as many rounds as possible. Like you need to recover quicker. That's why I can't wait for these robots. When are the robots coming? Okay? When are the robots coming? So I could start coming. I'm so funny. I'm so funny. All right. Yes, I love toys. Like, honestly, I love toys. That is actually one sector that I would love to go in. I would love to create a sex toy. I would love to create a sex toy and sell it. Maybe that's one thing I'll do in the future. Create a sex toy and sell it. Yeah, and men tell me all the time, they're like, wow, you're bold. Like, wow, like you're so confident. And it really is intimidating to a lot of men. Like, they're like, damn, like, why are you so bold like this? And I'm just like, this is who I am, baby. I'm bold. How'd you get comfortable with your sexuality? It's because I was dancing in a club. You know what I mean? I was dancing in a club. I was dancing like nude and stuff. So it's like you're like naked in front of people. You know what I'm saying? Like you're dancing naked in front of men and stuff like that. So it's like you have to be confident. You know what I mean? You have to be secure because you're trying to make money. Y'all, this is the thing. Y'all gotta perform like y'all trying to earn some money. That's how I look at it. I'm like, you know what? I'm over here winning a pride award. And that's another thing too. I have a lot of pride in my sexual ability. I do. I take a lot of pride in it. You lay on your back, see girl, you're being a starfish. You're being a starfish. You got to participate, boo. You gotta participate if they know what they're doing. This is why I'm celibate. I'm over men being satisfied while I'm left not. And see, that's the thing. It's very rare that I have that problem, and I don't know what it is. Like, I genuinely don't know what it is, but I'm usually with men that like really want to like try hard to impress me sexually. Like, they try really hard to impress me sexually. I have no idea why or what it is, but they try so freaking hard. Like, when I say try freaking hard, I mean they will literally pick me up, put me on a counter, take my pants off, and just, like, go down there. And I'm like, whoa, like, what is going on? Like, what is happening? And I'm just like, God, this talk really is making me realize just like how sexually empowered I am. Like, now that I'm talking about it openly, I'm like, damn, I really am sexually empowered. Why does he want me to change my nice looking body? Because he's gay. No, I'm kidding. Mostly because a lot of men want you to change yourself because they want to see how much you're willing to sacrifice yourself to make them feel better, to make them feel worthy, to make them feel valuable. And you should never do that. If you like your body and if you think your body is nice, then don't change it. And if he doesn't want to stay, then don't talk to him anymore. Go to someone else that appreciates your nice body and that wants to worship your body. Because, see, that's another thing, too. I only sleep with men who worship me in the bedroom. Like the guy who didn't know how to eat punani. Yeah, he definitely did. He is the first. He is actually one of the only men. He's one of like two men, 2 or 3 men who just did not worship me in the bedroom. Like, no, you got to worship me. If you don't worship me in the bedroom, you got to worship me. Yes, I love that for you. I love that for you getting surgery, boo-boo. But yeah, these men, they should be worshiping you in the... I literally will have to give the link because it is a TikTok wig. It's a TikTok wig. I just don't remember the brand. I don't remember the brand. I had gotten like a few like brand deals from like these wig people, but I don't know. TikTok is about to be done anyway, so I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't even care. I don't know if they have this in blonde or not. I don't know. I don't have this in blonde or not, but I'm over here trying to get to the YouTube bag. I'm over here trying to make sure I get money that I can get this content going so that way I can get monetized on YouTube next. YouTube's hard. It is. YouTube's hard. I mean, we've all had moments of like self-esteem, you know? Like I was fat for a little bit. I was fat for like 7 months. And my self-esteem was so low. Ooh, I'm cracking all over the place. Yeah, my YouTube. Please follow me on YouTube because TikTok is going bye-bye. So, the link is in my bio here on TikTok. You just press YouTube and subscribe. I just can't. I try going live and like I can't fucking delete the video. Like I don't know how to delete it. But yes, what was I gonna say? I'll figure it out after. What do you think about using Ozempic for weight loss? I actually used Ozempic for a little bit. I used Ozempic for a little bit. I mean, I didn't mind Ozempic, but I kept the dose real low. I did. I kept the dose super low. I didn't even get above like 0.5. I feel like if you keep the dose really low, then you'll be fine. I was fat too and lost 40 pounds after I got played. Congratulations. Congratulations. I had weight loss surgery and love my body. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You won't get that Ozempic face as long as you keep the dose like relatively low. Because see, the thing about it is that it's going to suppress your appetite so much. And so that's why I kept my dose low because I still wanted to eat. I like eating. I do. I like and enjoy eating. So I didn't want to I didn't want the dose to get too high because you when you're not eating no more, that's when you're going to be looking all sunken in. You know, you're going to be looking all crazy. So something is wrong with me. I'm crazy. Oh my gosh, I'm crazy. And this is how I really am too. Like when I'm hanging out with my friends and stuff, y'all, this is how I really am. This is how crazy I am. Girl, being smaller has caused me to gain so many haters, I swear. Queen, do you ever see yourself being with a woman? Yeah, I do. I'm looking for a wife. Honestly, I'm looking for a wife. I'd rather be with a woman, but I'm a little bit scared because the last time I dealt with a woman, she tried to ruin my life. She did. She tried to ruin my life. It scared me. But yes, can I have multiple wives? Can I be polyamorous? Can I have more than one wife? So you want to know what's crazy? So when I was living in New York City a year ago and I was here, I was fat. I was fat. And so what was I gonna say? I came back and I lost like a shit ton of weight. I lost like 50 pounds. I'm in New York City. I lost like 50 pounds. And so I came back and I came back to the same place. Oh my God, them bitches was mad. They were mad I lost weight and I leveled up. Like, they were mad out here. Oh my God. I have to save the story about how the girl ruined my life. I have to save it for Patreon. Because when I tell you, she went crazy. Like, she went crazy. We only hooked up one time and like, she was sprung off of me too. You know what I mean? She went crazy and we only hooked up one time. I'm going to save it for my Patreon. I have to save it for my Patreon because it's so juicy. It's so juicy. But yeah, man, she was obsessed. She got obsessed after I turned her every way but loose. How do you deal with women being jealous and insecure around you? Okay, so me personally, my tactic may not work for everyone, but I just find more ways to make them jealous. I do. I just find more ways to make them jealous, and I just don't talk to them bitches. I just don't talk to them. And I just give them more reasons to be jealous. And like whatever they're jealous about, I'm petty. So whatever they're jealous about, I'm just gonna do it more. So when they're like, oh, I don't like it. You know, she's wearing that makeup. Well, guess what, bitch? I'm wearing red lipstick the next day at work. You know what I mean? She thinks she's better. She thinks she's better than everyone. Okay, well then I'm gonna put on my nicest shoes, my nicest outfit. And I'm not going to talk to anyone, only for work purposes. I'm going to be the most stuck up person. What if they're a jealous friend? If they can't admit the fact that they're jealous to me, because like that's the thing. I don't have an issue with jealousy because jealousy is an emotion. Jealousy is an emotion just like everything else. I don't have an issue with jealousy. The issue with jealousy is that most people cannot admit that they're jealous. My best friend can admit that she's jealous. I can admit that I'm jealous of certain things. So that's the biggest thing. People need to admit the fact that they're jealous. Like, who cares? Jealousy is a normal emotion. People are going to accomplish things. People are going to have things that you want, that you've been working for. Naturally, you're going to have a reaction to that because they got it and you don't have it. That's fine. My issue is that when people allow jealousy, the thing about it is that when jealousy, like, turns into anger and then people will, like, have acts of anger toward you because they're jealous. If they aren't having any like acts of anger towards you of jealousy, well then just keep doing what you want to do because like you don't need their approval. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Like you can't have it both ways. I'm 32 or will be 32 next month. I'm 31. The thing about it is that you can't have it both ways. You can't be a bad bitch and then like have all these friends and then not expect people to get mad that you're a bad bitch. Like it's just not gonna work. Like it's the same thing. Either you're gonna be a bad bitch, you know what I mean? Or like you're gonna have like all of these friends. Like it's kind of hard to have the two coexist. When you're really leveling up, you're not gonna really have as many close friends. I mean, that's just the honest truth. Like, you're just not. I'm not gonna be 30 and worried about jealous women. It's life. Exactly. Like, who cares? They'll be okay. Thank you, cute princess. Oh, girl, you're in Alabama? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. The South hates me. The people in the South, they fucking hate me. I've had terrible experiences in the South. Because, like, I'm a city girl. You know what I mean? Like, I dress like a city girl. I carry myself like a city girl. And so when you're in, like, those southern states where it's just, like, podunk, just trailer park. Like, I'm not saying that's where you're at. But when you live in those, like, when I was in those southern states, they did not like me because of that. Girl, I might be going to North Carolina, or yeah, I might be going to North Carolina next for work, and I already know they about to hate me. So I'm actually from Indiana, but I'm closer to the city. So I'm closer to Chicago. So like I had a lot of like Chicago influence, and I also lived in Chicago, and then I currently live in New York City. Yes, girl, I'm about to be bringing my fur and everything. Fuck them. Like, no, like, I'm about to bring my mink and my bags and all of that shit. I don't care. The people in the South are just so, like the way, like, I don't know. Should I unfollow people from school? I feel like I get so many memories about them. Unfollow them. Unfollow them. Yeah, I'm only here in NYC for work. I am. I'm only here in NYC for work. I'm only here for like one more month. I'm starting out in my career, and moving for work is so scary. Yeah, it is scary, but it's going to be okay. It is. It's going to be okay. I do ultrasound. What's your dream state? I don't really have a dream state. I've traveled so many places for work. I've worked in New York City. I've worked in Texas. I've worked in Milwaukee. I've worked in Chicago. I worked in Arizona. Um, I worked in Georgia. I can't think of any other place. I would like to work. I would like to work in Boston. I do. I would like to be in Boston, and then I also would like to try. I want to go to Seattle too. Yes, I love doing travel ultrasound. It's dope. I do it all. I do. I do it all. How do you find your passion for life? I have no clue what I want to do anymore. Just live life and be patient, honestly. Be patient and just do the things you need to do to learn yourself. I'm about to be a traveling therapist. That's cool, Queen. Oh, that's awesome. That's cool. Yeah, I love the traveling life. I do. I love the traveling life. I'm starting my academic upgrading next month, and I don't want to get distracted by men. Yes, that's how I am. That's another reason why I like traveling for work, because it allows me to not get distracted, because I don't know anybody out here really. I'm hanging out a lot here in New York City, and that's just because my friends are here. But normally when I'm traveling for work, I don't make friends with anybody because it gives me more time to focus. I like being by myself. Why are men obsessed with the concept of rating women's appearance? Because they see us as objects. They literally see us as objects. They see us as like cars and homes, and you know what I mean? They see us as all that stuff. And so they rank us as objects. Yeah, like it's nice traveling. It's nice traveling for work because I don't have to give up my time. I turned 25 a few weeks ago. Any advice for women in that stage in their lives? Well, you're 25, so now your brain is fully developed, okay? Your brain is fully developed, so hopefully, you're paying attention to more things. I think that's the biggest thing, is that at 25, you should just pay attention, but also not rush. You know what I mean? Because you're 5 years away to 30, and I feel like that scares a lot of women, or it can scare a lot of women. 25 is still extremely young, so focus on your money, okay? Focus on a game plan for yourself on what do you want to do for the future. The biggest thing is your finances, and still having fun. You know what I mean? Have fun still. You got the energy, go out, date, have fun, start getting some, income. But 25 is so young. Your brain just developed fully. So, yeah. Just pay attention, observe, have fun. Yeah, exactly. Them older men definitely gonna try to mold you. Okay, for real this time, I'm gonna be on here for 10 more minutes and I gotta get off because I gotta get ready for work in the morning because I gotta be up early. Yeah, the bag, I'm obsessed with the bag. The bag is the love of my life. I feel like for all women, the bag should be the love of your life. The love you're looking for is in the bag. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Because they're getting rid of TikTok, I am going to go live more frequently. And also I'm trying to get everyone over to my YouTube too. I'm trying to get everyone over to my YouTube. I'm going to try to post a video to YouTube every day. And it is, love is definitely in yourself. For sure. For sure, we can't forget about that. But I'm going to try to post a video on YouTube every day. Yeah, because I do want to go live on YouTube. I'm just afraid not everyone's going to like hop off of here and go over to live on there. That's what I was trying to do earlier, but I wasn't patient enough. I wasn't patient enough. Can I just delete this? Yeah, if you guys still want to get content from me, please follow me. Please follow me on YouTube because yeah, they're unfortunately getting rid of this platform in most cases, so that kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. Okay, that's fine. It'll be private. The YouTube is in the link on my bio, but everything is the same. But my name on there is Queen Sovereign. It's Queen Sovereign. Do you think they'll take TikTok away? I think so. I think they will. I like watching YouTube. It's longer videos while I'm doing stuff. Yeah, that is one thing I like about YouTube. It's just easier. It's just easier to like do things while you're listening. It's kind of like podcast style. It is. It's kind of like podcast style. Whenever I try to download my lives on my phone, it just takes forever. I'm going to see if it does it better on my laptop. Cause this is my third live in like the past like 7 or 8 days. They say you can change your location to Canada in App Store to stay on TikTok. Really? Ooh, maybe I'll have to try that. Cause I love TikTok. I do. I really love TikTok. Use a VPN. Okay, that's an idea. That's an idea. And they're banning it right before the freaking inauguration. All right, well, I'm going to look into that. I'm going to look into that because your girl, like, I love TikTok. Didn't they say states wanted to ban VPN usage? Child, probably. Probably. But TikTok changed my life. I learned so much on here. I do. I learned so much on here. And the thing that's so nice about TikTok is that it's it's so easy to gain a following because TikTok is like very international. What I'm finding on YouTube is that it's just to the country that you're in. You know what I mean? So everyone that like follows me on there is usually from USA. TikTok is so like universal across the country. Oh, I'm going to go live on YouTube, baby. I am. I'm going to go live on YouTube. I promise. I am. Honestly, though, my next live will probably be on YouTube because I need to get used to it on there anyway. Yeah, see, that's so cool. Like, I feel like TikTok is so much more like cultural. Like, because I've learned a lot about different cultures through TikTok. And like a lot of like traditions and customs and things like that. Yeah, that's what I'm probably gonna do. My YouTube link is in my bio. It's the same. It's Queen Sovereign. Okay, the name's Queen Sovereign, and then it's the same at Sovereign Being with two G's. It's exactly the same. Yeah, TikTok is a family. I love it here. It really is. I feel like we're all like a nice little community here. Nice little family. Oh no, I'm not going on tonight. This was just makeup. This was just my filming makeup. So I could film. I gotta do my skincare routine. Take off my makeup and do my skincare routine. Trying to heal a little bit of the hyperpigmentation that I have. But my skincare routine's been going very well. Queen, do you practice individual spirituality? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I meditate, I have an altar. I do breathing exercises. I journal. I do shadow work. Try to read, very spiritually inducing books, I feel as though my platform has done a really good job of bringing in women who are like smart, spiritual. They want to get smarter. They want to gain more knowledge. They want to level up. They want the best life for themselves. What shadow work? Okay, so Carl Jung is like, he's like one of like the godfathers of like psychology, and so he came up with this term of your shadow. And so pretty much your shadow, that's all of the things about yourself that you're repressing. Those are more like dark traits that you just may not like and that you kind of like hide about yourself. So I'm trying to think. Like I know for a fact I'm vain. I know for a fact I'm selfish. I know for a fact I'm bossy and I don't like being told what to do. So those would be like unfavorable things. Those would be like my shadow self. And so pretty much like just you're taught, or his teaching is for you to like embrace your shadow self, for you to be like more forthcoming with your shadow self, because everyone wants to just show the good side of them and not show the characteristics that like may not be as like favorable to other people. Lacan, I have to look into this person. Never heard of. I'm typing it in right now because my laptop's in front of me. Oh, okay, this is interesting. Views identity formation as a function of lack or desire. I have to look into this more. I love psychology, so I'm always going to nerd out on shit like this. But ladies, that is it for tonight. I'm going to make sure that I download this live, and I'm going to download all my lives and put them on YouTube. So if you missed it, if you weren't able to be here for the whole thing, because the live was like 3 hours, if not longer. The live was long. So I'll post it to my YouTube, so please make sure you follow me on YouTube. Queen Sovereign, okay, link is in my bio here on TikTok. You just press on YouTube, it'll take you right to my channel. You can subscribe. I love you guys so much. I will go live again tomorrow, but it'll be late. Because I'm gonna get on live once I, am done with my day. So it'll be late. So I probably won't go live until maybe about like 8:30, 9 o'clock. So if there's any night owls out there that want to join me on live tomorrow, I'll be on there tomorrow. I'll be on here tomorrow. And we'll go on YouTube too. I'll just do it both at the same time. Okay? Yeah, I'll be on live. Girl, get the ring ready. Get the ring ready. I like them shiny and big. But okay, good night.